can't go back and go, should have done this, should have done that. It can't. We might get a shot at them again next week.
Bishop to Rook 9. Red Mountain win it.
You're watching Lion Pride Pregame, brought to you by RMTV, bringing you the latest headlines and action in 6A football.
The wait is over. Order has been restored. We can finally go back to talking about real football and not 7-on-7 or big man competitions. My name is Nate Smith. With me today is head coach Kyle Enders. And after a long business trip to Las Vegas, Sin City, the Red Mountain Mountain Lions come back to home base with a W. And tonight they play the ALA Queen Creek Patriots, a newfound rival, so to speak. Coach, what's the game plan for tonight?
Do what we do, man. Control the clock, eliminate big plays, win the turnover battle, and dominate in special teams. We're excited to be back in Arizona and have our home opener.
Now, we are debuting a new segment on the Lion Pride pregame show that's called Pad Level, a subjective ranking between me and my guest, Coach Enders. On my end, I have the top 5 best pregame show songs that a player or coach or even the student section plays to kind of, elevate the nerves a little bit, get the adrenaline pumping. My criteria for this is obviously it gets the players, fans, and especially the student section hyped up. And the emotions and energy run high upon playing, and everybody knows the lyrics and the rhythm. My top 5 of hype songs goes as follows. At number 5, I have the 7 Nation Army. Now, although it is probably the most recognizable song in not only high school sports, but also college football, there does come a point where it's very repetitive.
Not in my top 5 if I put mine down. Wouldn't be in it, but I know why it fits your criteria.
Number 4, I actually put this in my top 5 like 10 minutes ago. It's We Ready by Archie Eversole.
How does that go? I don't know that song.
We ready.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I put that one down. It's like a pregame tradition.
It's a hype, yeah. I mean, our kids will probably come out to it.
Yeah, like guaranteed almost every team in Arizona and in college football does it. So that's why it's in the top 4. At number 3, this is where it gets, a little gray area. Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill. And
How does that go? How does that one go?
I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, and the matter full blast when you're in the locker room.
Yep. I've heard that one every Friday night.
At number 2, we got We Will Rock You. Now this is an old one, appeals to many generations.
Sing that one for me, I know that.
Yeah, no, it's easily recognizable because of a beat. I mean, it's the catchiest beat that, everybody knows it.
I'm just shocked. I mean, we're not even gonna get to your number 1, and maybe it's there, but no AC/DC, no Thunderstruck.
You know what?
No, like no Enter Sandman. I don't know, different airs. I don't know. Those two would be in my top 5. But anyways, go to your number 1. Maybe it's there.
My number 1 is the national anthem.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
If that doesn't get the hair on the back of your neck standing up when they play it, especially when we get somebody out there with electric guitar like we did a few years ago, that doesn't do it for you, then you probably are not alive.
I mean, it checks off all the boxes of, it gets the players hyped up. You calm down, and then as soon as, somebody hits the high note for the Brave, everybody just gets hype, and the place goes crazy.
It's one of those that gets your blood boiling. I like the slow kind of, it gets your mind racing and you're thinking, and it's calms the nerves a little bit, but at the same time, you feel sick to your stomach. It's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even as a coach, it gets me good.
Yeah.
It's good. That's number 1. That's a good one. I wouldn't even thought of that.
Yeah. You said AC/DC's
in there. Thunderstruck? Are we back in black? Or what do we enter this? I don't know. Welcome to the Jungle, maybe?
Okay.
Everybody knows these.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Welcome to the Jungle.
Welcome to the first ever pad level. I'm under a chute right now. Like, the chute's out here. My pad level's very low. Very, very low right now. And we'll just agree to disagree. You guys at home, one of these times we'll have a poll and we'll ask you maybe next week, what are your top 5 hype songs? And we'll see what you guys got.
Let's move on to our next segment, a Lion Pride tradition. Let's get to the pick'ems. Now the first matchup is going to be the Mesa Jackrabbits versus the Mountain View Toros, a historical rivalry. Coach, you know both of these teams very, very well.
Yeah.
Who do you got in this one?
I got the Toros. I got Mountain View. I think Mesa High's up and coming. They're getting their much better football team than they have been, but word is that possibly the quarterback for Mountain View may not be playing. I think regardless, I think Mountain View is a better football team. I think it will be close, unlike last year, but I got the Toros.
That's like the first time you have ever said that. At least we got it on recording. All right, next one is gonna be a big, big matchup between two nationally ranked opponents. It's Corner Canyon from Draper, Utah, and the Liberty Lions of Arizona. Coach, who you got?
I got Liberty. Like I said before earlier in the segment, I talked about Liberty being my #1 in Arizona. They're well coached. They're coached like they don't have dudes, and they're loaded on that defensive side of the ball. Corner Canyon's a team that's, I think, every year top 3 nationally as far as passing yards, passing touchdowns, scoring. They're usually in the top 3 in the country. It's really a battle of like one of the best defenses, if not top 5 in the country, and one of the top 5 offense in the country. I always go with defense wins championships. I think Liberty's going to give them a taste of Arizona.
Will this stat change your mind? Corner Canyon has been to the state championship for 7 consecutive years.
Yes, not at all. And Bishop Gorman has too, and we've seen what Nevada football looked like last week.
All right, the next one, Orange Lutheran, number 27th nationally, and Basha, number 38 in the country. Coach, are you sticking with your Arizona guy?
Yes, I'm sticking with my last time Orange Luther came out here, and I don't know if it's in California or here, the last time they played in Arizona school, Chandler took it to them. And I think it's going to be the same. I think Basha is bigger, stronger, faster, and will wear on them. That run game, they got like a 3-headed monster, I've heard. They're just, like I said, I feel very confident that Basha's going to get that win.
Arizona football is just tougher than Cali football. Now, let's move on to tonight's game against the ALA Queen Creek Patriots. Ironically enough, the ALA Queen Creek Red Mountain game was a turning point for both teams. The Mountain Lions lost 4 in a row after it. ALA Queen Creek went on to march into the open before getting eliminated by Basha. Now, Coach Enders, what did you see in the ALA Queen Creek game last year that you want to improve off of this game?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of good. I mean, the last 2 years we watched them. I mean, they have the same coordinators there. So there's some stuff that we can see how they've attacked us and on both sides of the ball. I think they are a little bit different this year, especially defensively. There's some things that they've been able to do in the past that we just don't think they're quite there yet to be able to do it this season. But there was a lot of good film to watch. Like I said, it's been a battle the last 2 years, come down to a last-second field goal.
All of that very valuable for this game. And ALA Queen Creek, they have a top 10 back in Bobby Nesbitt and Britton DeWitt replacing Crew Daniels at quarterback, as well as Stetson Agnew, who had 100 yards receiving against Hamilton. How are you looking to contain these guys and minimize their effect?
Yeah, no, they're a good balanced team. They get into some heavier sets and like some wing sets, and they do a lot of good things on offense. I don't think it's a matter of focusing on one guy. I think it's a matter of just like their balance, us being balanced. We always want to be able to stop the run and get them one-dimensional. And we worked on some stuff that we've seen common over the last couple of years that we played them. We feel like they're going to attack us in certain ways. And look back at some stuff that maybe they've had success with us. It'd be crazy not to come back and see if we haven't fixed it. Again, they got a good run game. Their quarterback's a good football player. They're a good football team. They're really big up front. And we're not going to try to just butt up with them. We're going to move and we're going to stunt like we always do. And we're going to try to get those big boys moving.
Alrighty, switching gears to the Red Mountain side of things now. You had the Chandler transfer in Dominic Carmagiano. He has to sit out a few games because of the transfer rule. What are you seeing out of Caleb Joe this game?
No, Caleb's a great, like he managed a game last week. He does everything, just protect the ball. No turnovers, run the offense, set the protections, go, take check downs when it's there, find your hots when it's there. Just manage the football game, get us in third and manageable, get it to our athletes, and manage our offense.
Okay. And before the season, you always set your expectations high for some players. What are some players that you have high expectations for this year?
Just a lot of our returners from last year. I think our 2 tackles are new this year up front, but our O-line, we want to be able to lean on them. Our 3 interior guys have 2 of them that started since sophomore year. Our starting center, Lincoln, has played some in sophomore year too. We got to lean on our O-line and those guys. And then, defensively, we got some returners. Jameson Wade, I think he's on pace to be the all-time leading tackler here. He's been on varsity since his freshman year. We had Tyreek Cornett, who's returning in the back end, led our team in interceptions last year. Chayton Jennings, his brother Champ Jennings, who I think single season tackle record maybe here or up there. Chayton last year was a starter for us and broke his arm. And he's now back, and again, he's kind of another vocal point in our back end. Plays very fast and confident, and again, those are just a few names that we're leaning on, and we expect big things out of this season, on and off the field.
Big things coming for the Cardinal in Black. I'm Nate Smith. This is head coach Kyle Enders, and we'll see you next time on the Lion Pride Pregame Show.
Just a week removed from a business trip to Sin City, the Red Mountain Mountain Lions return home to defend Jim Jones Field, and it is a packed crowd tonight, an electric atmosphere as the Red Mountain Mountain Lions ready to play host to the ALA Queen Creek Patriots. Greetings and welcome, everybody. Alongside Nate Smith, I'm Zach Warhack, and Nate, this is one that we would typically have circled on our calendars for later in the season, a great rivalry between these two squads, but tonight we get it, the first one in the state of Arizona for Red Mountain, and a tough opponent.
Yeah, and it's a big one for both teams, ALA Queen Creek, not to mention their very bad loss against Hamilton. Head coach Rich Edwards before the game said that they didn't play Patriot football for the first time last week, and this game is a measuring stick for both Red Mountain and ALA Queen Creek.
It was something where ALA just got out to a slow start, 3 3-and-outs on their first 3 drives, and you're trailing and just clawing back in, trying to do anything you can to get offense and momentum going while your defense has their backs against the wall. But both Kyle Enders, head coach for Red Mountain, as well as Rich Edwards for ALA, know that ALA is a better football team than that, and Red Mountain prepared for them to bring their best tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. ALA Queen Creek is a better team than that. They led up 100 yards with 2 receivers, Roy Oliver, the sophomore, and then Montana Duncan for Hamilton. Realistically, they want to get Bobby Nesbitt and Nash Hall going early. Rich Edwards said they're going to look to run the ball more this game.
On the flip side of things for Red Mountain, a successful business trip coming out 1-0, but Kyle Enders, he really wants to measure this team up against Arizona's best. He'll have the opportunity to do that tonight.
Yeah, and Coach Enders said it really well in the pregame and before the game. Yes, last week was a good day. It was a great day. Everybody got to play, but now it's time where every week is going to be a dogfight. They're not going to be easy games. You don't play Westwood or Dobson or Skyline once a year anymore. Those days are over, and each week is going to be a dogfight.
So much turnover in rosters at the high school level. You obviously have great players and seniors who lead the team graduating, and then it's a next man up mentality. For more on that, a new member of our team down on the sideline tonight. Rome Katie, we send it down to you. What do you have on this Red Mountain squad looking for their first home game of the season?
Yeah, thank you guys. And coming into this game, Red Mountain Mountain Lions beat Desert Pines at Las Vegas, Nevada 44-21. And there was a lot of big takeaways coming from that game, but I think the biggest thing was that there were 19 seniors that made impactful plays on all 3 phases of this game, and I had a chance to talk with Coach Kyle Enders about that, and he said it's really important to build that culture, build that confidence within that, and it's helped out with games and practices and everything as well, and it's really been a help for this culture and this program as well. And I also got the chance to talk to him about how this team is prepped this week heading into a matchup against Queen Creek that's number 13th in the state according to Max Preps, and they lost that big one, Hamilton 63-20, and how important that is for them to prep this game this week. And he said really just preparing for it like it's any other matchup. It doesn't matter if they would have won by 100 or lost by 100. They're just preparing for it like anything else. And guys, it's going to be a fun one here at Jim Jones Field. We'll send it back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks, Rome. Good to have you, and we'll be going down to you throughout the night. And the Red Mountain crowd at Jim Jones Field on their feet in the stands, ready for the first run out of the season And this is where it all starts, right, Nate? The expectations can be high. You play your spring ball, your 7-on-7s, everything that you do to get prepared for the season, but it all comes down to this moment. Last week, out of state, you don't get your home crowd, but tonight, Red Mountain have an opportunity to prove themselves. The hungry dog is an underdog.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe Coach Enders said that back when I was playing as a senior. But going back to the senior mentality, they had ALA Queen Creek. They lost 10 starters on D because they all graduated. And about the offseason, ALA Queen Creek got a lot of offseason hype. Rich Edwards wants to shut that down effective immediately, shut out all the outside noise, and just play their brand of football.
Great to see the community coming together for this one. You see all the youth cheer squads lining the track with the cheerleaders of Red Mountain. Everybody behind this team ready to get things going. And you talk about ALA Queen Creek and the expectations being higher and higher throughout the state of Arizona. This is an open bracket team since the bane of its existence, and there's someone who's going to compete. We know from years past, one loss doesn't take you out of the open bracket equation.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it has to deal with the strength of schedule. You look at the teams that ALA Queen Creek is playing. They're playing Liberty, Queen Creek, Mountain View, Castile might be in there, South Point Catholic. All those teams I mentioned are top-tier 6A, if not open-caliber teams. If you win against those kinds of teams, maybe put Red Mountain in there too, you have a good shot at making the playoffs.
When they have the opportunity with the coin toss, Red Mountain love to defer. Tonight, they'll have the opportunity to let their offense take the field. First, Tyreek Cornett, the dynamic return man, back to receive. We saw plenty from him last season, taking a couple to the house. We'll see if he has something explosive to start things off tonight. 12 minutes on the clock. ALA set to kick things away, and we're in for a good one tonight. Hayden Holman on the left hash, ready to rock and roll. Alex Herrera, our referee for the night, along with Hafa Frederico. Underway at Jim Jones Field, and Tyreek Cornett has an opportunity to take this one. Cornett sets up a few blocks across the 20, and that'll be the first opportunity to see Brian McDaniel's offense trot out onto the field. Caleb Joe, the junior quarterback in this system from JV up to varsity this season. He's going to have what we know to be a few games up to 5 until the transfer from Chandler, Dominic Carmigiano, has an opportunity to take over this Red Mountain team. But for now, it's the Caleb Joe show.
Yep, Caleb Joe has the keys to the Ferrari for a couple weeks, and then Dominic Carmigiano is going to take snaps from there. What's this new look offense going to be without Bodie Wagner, Corindus Poe, and Jackson Bogle, all of which who graduated last year? It's going to be interesting to see who steps up and fills in their shoes.
And on the top of all of those three players, well, the one leading them, Simon Lopez, the dual threat quarterback, also a graduate. Out of the gun, first down and 10 from the 22. Joe sets up a screen behind the line and a nice move to evade the tackle. Still fighting on their feet. That's Arian Wyndham, a returner for this Red Mountain team.
Tackle by number 20, Rigdon Michael. Gain of 5, second and 5 at the 27.
Talking to Brian McDaniel pregame, it's something where they just want to simplify, right? Establish the run, short area targets, gain confidence, and then see what you can exploit in the ALA defense. To the ground this time, and a nice move and a big gap for Lazzarini, who picks up a couple.
Oh, ball.
Emil Lazzarini on the carry. Tackled by number 12.
ALA pop up with it for a second, but ruled down by contact. And that's a big storyline, because when we talk about the game that put Red Mountain to a 1-0 record, well, they established the run very well in that game. Both Vinny Coffey as well as Nevin Fitzgerald, broken collarbone, likely to be out for a while.
Yeah, but the good thing about Red Mountain is they got a lot of depth. They have 8 running backs on their roster at the moment.
Joe goes to the wristband, sends one in motion. 3rd down and 3, and Red Mountain look to do it on the ground. It's going to be close, depends on the line and the spot that the official gives.
Ball carrier is number
It looks like it's enough to move the chains, and a good start to this drive for Red Mountain, just about a minute and a half into the first. They pick up their first down at home, and a steady dose of the run. 2 on the ground, 1 through the air, but it was a screen. We all know that's an extension of the run.
Pretty much, and good blocks up front by the offensive line. Everybody knows if you win the line of scrimmage, you have a good chance at winning the game.
Talking about senior leadership, like Rome Cady did for us pregame down on the sideline. Well, 3 returners to the offensive line. Josh Lee, Cole Beatty, Yosanese, and we see Lincoln Alicio, the senior, take over at center for Red Mountain this season.
Looking at a heavy package here.
Play action, and Joe has a little bit of room to work with. Gain of a couple for Caleb Joe on the feet out towards the ALA sideline, and good decision making not to try and force anything downfield that's not there.
Definitely, absolutely, and they kind of caught ALA Queen Creek off guard with that heavy formation, bringing in the fullback, Clark Smith.
Anthony Peevler out on the field as well, just checked back into the sideline, but one of those deuce tight end type style roles, and you'll see him in heavy sets to both help with the run blocking and then also a little bit of deception. 3 wide receivers at the bottom of the screen, 10 minutes to go, scoreless in the first quarter. First possession at home for Red Mountain of the season. Joe over the middle and connects with Jay Williams for a short pickup of 2. We talk about all those stats that you lose in the receiving corps, right? Obviously, Simon Lopez, since a junior, taking over, has a big connection with Bodie Wagner, Gunnar Moore, who graduated a year prior to that. But Bodie Wagner, the all-time receiving leader in Red Mountain history, is gone. He negates 808 yards and 9 touchdowns from a season ago. We get a wildcat look here on 3rd down, and it goes to the outside. And a nice move to get out towards the 50. Lazzarini making an impact early on tonight, the senior. He went 9 for 63 and 2 touchdowns last week.
Yeah, like you said, wildcat formation. Lazzarini just taking it up the outside, makes a nice little move, and good block on the outside by that receiver.
Ball spotted at the right hash, midfield. Joe, empty set backfield. Watch out for Jaden Wyndham, the tight end on the bottom of the line. They love him at Red Mountain.
ALA Queen Creek running a lot of man early on.
Back to the ground for Red Mountain, and a nice block up front and all the way out across the 45. Jackson Brooks bringing the pancake out.
Let me tell you, that's exactly what you want out of your offensive lineman. See, look, he's the guy pulling, and as a linebacker, that's like your worst nightmare right there, seeing a man of that size go up the field. Shiver me timbers.
If you want the discrepancy in that one, Jackson Brooks, 6'5", 300 pounds. He pancakes Jaden Brewer, just 5'10", 175.
It's like a squirrel and a lawnmower.
Ryder Stoll barking out commands for the ALA defense, the senior, and he's got that club on the left hand there. Bottom of the screen is Stoll. And the pre-snap whistle, it's a timeout taken by Red Mountain. So this opening drive, just about 4 minutes gone for the Red Mountain offense, and they've established it really well. The front 5 have been playing very efficient and effective in the run game.
Yeah, absolutely. And the running to set up the pass, I think we're going to see some deep shots later in the game.
They have 1st and 10 from the 40 of ALA when we come out of the timeout. And you just can take the time to touch on a season ago. We know how things went for Red Mountain last year. Just a really hot start, 5 different touchdown scorers in the opener against Mesa. Then they kind of do the same thing. They put up a 50-burger against Valley Vista, 54 against Desert Ridge, and then that's when they get to the sort of brunt of the schedule, right? They go to California, get the win over Downey, 35-32 final. A big win where the defense dominates over Williamsfield. Then the back half of the schedule, you talk about Queen Creek, Hamilton, Mountain View, and Centennial in the playoffs. Those were tough.
Yeah, I will say this. The offense was very stagnant at the latter half of the year. I found that in my research, a balanced attack resulted in a loss where if the offense favors either the run or the pass, it resulted in a win.
So far tonight, it's been a steady dose of the run, and Caleb Joe back on the sidelines, and we get our second look at that Wildcat formation. Handoff this time goes to the sophomore Grayson Courts. And it looks like he has enough to pick up the first down. So Darius Grayson Courts, another one of those depth pieces for the backfield of Red Mountain.
Yeah, and they're expecting him to step up big after last week's injuries to Vinny Coffey and Abnel Lazzarini.
Up-tempo this time around for a Brian McDaniel-led offense.
Nevin Fitzgerald, I beg your pardon.
Another handoff from Joe to Lazzarini. He has room on the far sideline. Lazzarini fights towards the pylon, spotted out right around the 3-yard line, and a flag back around the 26.
Well, they might catch one of the receivers on the outside with a block in the back. There's number 2, King Robinson. Little jersey tug, right? Let's see what the call is.
It is a hold against Red Mountain, so a big play that has the crowd erupting is negated, and they'll back things up.
Ball will be spotted at the 37-yard line, 1st and 17.
First down and 17 now for Red Mountain from the ALA 37. Joe goes hard count, and they get it right back. A little bit of gamesmanship from Brian McDaniel there. You know that was intentional.
Absolutely.
Sides against ALA Queen Creek, 5-yard penalty. 1st and 12 at the 32.
And it's one of those times where you just got to yell at your guy, watch the ball, watch the ball. You know, those freeze calls, you might see them at like 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, 4th down and whatnot, but especially on the long ones, you better watch the ball on those.
It cuts down 5 of the 7 penalty yards that Red Mountain just had from the holding call. And with 7:40 left in the first quarter, it's 1st down and 12. Joe looks to pass, slant route on the inside, and the second time on this drive connects with Jay Williams. We talked about how it's a feeler game for both sides, and Red Mountain gaining their identity on offense a little bit, seeing where they can mix in run, pass, different personnel groups. And right now, Jaden Wyndham, the tight end, off the field. Peevler checks into the game.
Good thing and good read from Caleb Joe here. He just takes what the defense gives him, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Back to the ground, Lazzarini cuts it to the outside and tries to follow a block down to the 22. I think there's such a negative stigma behind the phrase game manager, right? But Kyle Enders, it's what he said Caleb Joe did last week in Las Vegas, managed the game really well. If you're not making mistakes and making the right plays when they're there, it's nothing but success.
I think there's nothing wrong with being a game manager. You got to do what you got to do to win. Got another heavy set.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 tight end personnel, but Peevler sets up as a fullback this time. Wyndham in motion and right up the gut to Lazzarini, cuts it back and gets across the 20, and enough for a 1st down. And the drive continues to extend here for Red Mountain, where they started around their own 20, have killed 5 minutes and 40 seconds on the opener.
It was a great play, even though they missed the kick out. The defensive end didn't make a play, however.
The big guys up front getting their work in on this opening drive for Red Mountain. Play action and swing it around to King Robinson, who has speed on the outside. Pushed out of bounds near the 15. And a lot of players getting involved on offense for Red Mountain in the opening drive.
I don't know if it was the handoff, but it looked like King Robinson was going to throw it.
It's one of those things where that's a play that could definitely be installed. You don't know if Brian McDaniel has the trust in it this early in the season.
Oh, he's going to install it eventually.
2nd down and 5 from the 15, and a bend but not break mentality for ALA. Well, close to being a dead ball foul, but instead the 2nd timeout taken from Red Mountain in the 1st quarter. That's a tough sign on the sideline, don't you think?
Yeah, it tells me there's a communication issue with the receivers, the quarterback, and the offensive coordinator.
A positive drive thus far for the opener for Red Mountain. Charging down the field, 5:51 left in the first quarter here on RMTV, and it's great to be back home. And a big shout out to the sponsors of Red Mountain, Pull and Save Self-Serve Auto and Truck Parts. Pull and Save is family-owned self-serve auto parts recycler that is proud to be a Red Mountain football sponsor, as well as Whitewater. Whitewater would like to remind you to stay refreshed. Please contact Whitewater for all your water needs. Whitewater is a proud sponsor of Red Mountain football, and they ought to be proud with this opening drive. 2nd down and 5 from the ALA 15. 5:51 left in the first quarter, and the ALA offense staying cold on the sidelines. Well, maybe not. It's humid outside tonight, but they're being iced out by this long drive for Red Mountain. Joe goes back to under center in motion with the 2 tight ends. A handoff and looking for a couple of blocks and able to charge out to the 11-yard line. Heavy dose of the ground game early on. Darius Grayson Ports gets his 2nd carry of this first quarter.
Well, Jackson Brooks went up to the secondary to find somebody.
This is a big opportunity for Red Mountain where they don't need to take it all. All you need is a yard, and you extend it, give yourself a 1st and goal.
Jamison Wade at fullback right here.
They don't go to Wade, they let him lead the block for Lazzarini, who charges down to the 1-yard line. And a 1st and goal upcoming for Red Mountain, and an opportunity to put points on the board on the first drive. Great call by you there, Nate. And that's a package we saw a lot last season. Jamison Wade even got into the end zone as a fullback last year.
Yeah, they use Jamison Wade. Look, he's just going to shoot right up there.
Clear out some space for Lazzarini, and now an opportunity to punch it in. Heavy set stays present for Red Mountain.
Another set used a lot last year. Sometimes they give it to Wade, yep.
He gets it this time, fights for the goal line extended, and I think he's marked short. So a good job by ALA going over the top. Cade Rollins in to make the tackle.
One heck of a play from Cade Rollins. He did. The honored Troy Polamalu went right through the A-gap.
Looked like him and Bodie Coleman both got their nose in on the tackle. 2nd and goal from the 1, 8 minutes gone in the first quarter. This time Joe just takes it himself. Red Mountain signaling for a touchdown. The officials do the same. Quarterback sneak from Caleb Joe for the first points at home this season for Red Mountain.
They're going to run this out of Camelback. They just empty the load on the number of big guys they have. Camelback, they take away 3 receivers. They put in 3 big bodies. A fullback, a big Y, and then maybe even an extra tackle for the U.
Oh, botched attempt there on the extra point. So a 6-0 lead for Red Mountain. The exchange no good between snap and kick. Desmond McCarthy loses his helmet on the play. Regardless, a 6-0 lead for Red Mountain at home. 4:05 left in the first, and we'll be back on RMTV.
75 yards in 7 minutes, 55 seconds.
A 6-0 lead for Red Mountain in their home opener, thanks to a heavy dose of the run on the opening drive that killed 7 minutes and 55 seconds in this first quarter. They kept ALA's offense off of the field for long enough, and now we'll get a look at what head coach Rich Edwards has to bring out. And Chase Pitzer ready to get this one set and off. Good boot from Pitzer, and yeah, that's something that you'll see time and time again throughout the year. Kyle Enders said comfortable letting him have a shot from 50+ with field goals. A soccer background, played on high-level teams, and, well, wanted to try his act at football, and it's been great for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And if in his journey in wanting to play football for Red Mountain, he actually had to sign a contract so he can be released from his international squad.
Britton DeWitt out of the gun for ALA Queen Creek, and the first time we have a look at them tonight. And as you mentioned earlier in the pregame, Nate, him and Bobby Nesbitt, the catalyst of this offense. Bobby Nesbitt, one of the best backs in the state of Arizona. 17 for 105 and a touchdown a week ago, and he gets it on first down, shoots out across the middle and a gain of 6.
Number 6, Bobby Nesbitt, the ball carrier. Jameson Wade on the tackle, gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
Talking to Kyle Enders during the pregame show, Red Mountain's got some undersized guys, with the exception, of course, of Lysander Toa, number 66, only a freshman.
A pass this time, quick and out over the middle, and a big pickup. So ALA marching down the field, quickly moving the chains. They go up tempo this time, and talking to Rich Edwards prior to the game, it's something that he wanted to do, kind of establish the run and see where everything goes from there.
Take what the defense gives you.
Another pass wide open across the middle. Stetson Agnew with the reception and another first down, gain of 10.
Britton DeWitt's pass complete to Stetson Agnew, brought down by Kai Jackson.
Red Mountain regularly a
8 of 10 first
cover
down
one
for
tight
48.
defense.
Back to the ground for Nesbitt. Jamison Wade in on the tackle, forces him out of bounds. The second tackle tonight. Both times that Nesbitt has carried the ball, it's been Jamison Wade to meet him.
Yeah, that'll be a matchup to watch for sure. Jamison Wade and Bobby Nesbitt. Bobby Nesbitt, a top 5 back in Arizona.
Up tempo for ALA. A shot taken this time from DeWitt. Deep in the secondary, Chayton Jennings does enough to disrupt the target towards Nash Proctor.
And that's a good scheme. They ran a little cover 2. They thought they were going to go right up the middle between the two safeties. Great job by Red Mountain seeing that.
A flag down near the linebacking core of Red Mountain. We await the call here.
It's an eligible receiver downfield against the Patriots.
And it backs ALA up. So an eligible receiver downfield. And while they've had a lot of momentum on this drive, they back things up with 2:34 to go in the first quarter. DeWitt having a conversation with Alex Herrera, our referee for the night. Just wanting to know what happened there, in a 2-back set now for Britton DeWitt and ALA. Nash Hall alongside Bobby Nesbitt. The give to Nesbitt. Good penetration from Red Mountain. You have 4 in the backfield. Jamison Wade comes in to finish it, but a plethora of Mountain Lions in on the stop.
That's good contain
Bobby Nesbitt on the carry, brought down by Kai Jackson.
from the defensive end.
Crew Vanderlinden able to have some pursuit as well as Kate Goodare.
Crew Vanderlinden made Bobby Nesbitt bounce to the outside. That's when Jamison Wade finished.
Big moment here for the Red Mountain defense. You give up a couple big plays and first downs to start the drive. Now you have ALA forced to 3rd and 14. DeWitt surveys the field, goes to the check down area of the sideline. Out towards midfield, Nesbitt with a reception out of the backfield. And he's brought down around the 47. So decision time for Rich Edwards around midfield, and it looks like he's keeping the offense out there.
Pickup of 9 is 4th and 5 at the 47.
Up tempo for ALA, and they're going to get the first due to a penalty. Yosenis jumps offside.
That's what we call eye discipline,
Offsides against Red Mountain.
Josh Lee Yosenis playing both ways.
Penalty, that'll be a first down for the Patriots at the 42.
And that's something we saw last season as well. And Enders spoke with us before the game, said it's primarily something he wants to roll out on third down to get those guys some reps and be able to stop opportunities late in drives. Fresh set of downs from the 42 for ALA. They go back to the two-back set with Nesbitt and Hall. They give it to Nesbitt, and he surges forward. Good block out front. Griffin Faiva leads the way for ALA.
Bobby Nesbitt on the carry, tackled by number 51, James McGee. Lost a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Quick tempo, back to Nesbitt, and he's met immediately by Cole Edmonds. Stood up right at the line of scrimmage.
Cole Edmonds, one of those guys that just has a lot of varsity experience dating back to his sophomore year.
Loss of 2 brings up
also the younger brother of Skylar Edmonds of Red Mountain fame.
The biggest game Cole had last season was against Hamilton, 10 tackles in that one, and also, well, 2 weeks prior to that, he saw ALA Queen Creek and picked up 12 tackles in that game. A nice stop in the run game here. Loss of 2 brings up 3rd and 10. DeWitt sends Hall in motion over the middle, and it's caught enough for the first down, and Proctor makes a move after the catch. Nash Proctor staying on his feet. An athletic play.
I'm going to say there was a deep, big gap right near the linebackers, and that's a zone that either has a linebacker or a safety coming down. You have to cover it.
ALA get a snap off prior to the end of the quarter. They give it to Nash Hall, and that should end the first. A 6-0 lead for Red Mountain, but ALA driving, looking to even the score. We'll be back with second quarter action on RMTV.
Tackle by number 58, Yao Sanisa. That's the end of the first quarter here at Jim Jones Field with the score. Red Mountain 6, ALA Queen Creek 0. Foul out play. Now to perform is the Red Mountain Spirit line along with our Little Lion, the cheerleaders. Big round of applause for our Little Lion cheerleaders. Nice job, girls.
Second quarter action ready to get underway at Jim Jones Field. A 6-0 lead for Red Mountain at home. And well, each team has only seen the ball once up to this point in the game. A drive for Red Mountain resulted in a quarterback sneak touchdown from Caleb Joe. And now ALA Queen Creek looking to put points on the board with their opening drive.
Yeah, it's going to be a defensive battle in terms of like managing the clock and seeing what the offense is capable of doing.
Bobby Nesbitt gets a breather to start the second quarter. Nash Hall in the backfield, play action. Over the middle, nearly intercepted, but Talon Scott comes up with it on the back end, and it almost looked like a double clutch there from Britton DeWitt, able to get away with it.
Pass to pick to number 2, Talon Scott. From Britton DeWitt, number 1, Cole Edmonds on the tackle. It's a gain.
One of the ALA receivers is streaking along the Patriot sideline.
Ball now at the 15 for ALA as they continue this drive. Get it off with 9 left in the play clock. Good penetration from the Red Mountain defense, but a hard-fought run by Nash Hall to pick up a gain of 2.
Push out of bounds by number 3, Kai Jackson.
Looking at the receiver side of things, you may not pick it up on the camera, but the receivers on the opposite side, a little lazy with the routes. You really want to sell the pass as much as you can.
Kai Jackson ultimately makes the tackle after Hall sheds off 2 Red Mountain defenders, and it brings up 2nd down and 8 from the 12. Nesbitt back in the game. He gets the play action look. DeWitt rolls to his right. Edmonds tries to track him down. DeWitt changes the arm angle, sails out of bounds just past RJ Lopez.
Gotta say, sweet move by DeWitt.
Good look at the turnout there at Jim Jones Field. The student section in full effect.
Yeah, great turnout at Jim Jones Field. I didn't know it was possible you could do a swim move as a quarterback.
Got over Cole Edmonds, who is in hot pursuit. Red Mountain still looking for their first sack of the evening and creating some pressure on DeWitt. 3rd down upcoming, and it's go zone for ALA. DeWitt back to the ground as Nesbitt takes the carry, cuts back, and he's close to the line to gain. It looks like they spot him right at it. And a fresh set of downs for ALA, and 1st and goal to go.
Just way to find the hole, Bobby Nesbitt. Put your foot in the ground and go up the field, pick up that 1st down.
ALA get it at the 4, and it's been very efficient on the ground with Bobby Nesbitt. Red Mountain really need to clog those interior gaps.
My personal opinion, give it to Bobby.
Early movement on the far side. It's going to be a false start against ALA, and that backs things up. So still early in the season, and a little bit of that discipline back and forth, understanding cadence, seeing when you're going, hard count and communication between line and quarterback.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to be easily fixed at practice.
ALA was matching that heavy set that we kind of saw with Red Mountain with a fullback and a tight end. Looks like they change it up, but they do have Talon Scott on the interior of the line. Nesbitt gets the carry left side and a wide open track into the end zone, and we're all tied up 6-6 at Jim Jones Field.
In for the ALA Queen Creek touchdown, 9 yards.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Bobby Nesbitt, the workhorse of this ALA Queen Creek offense, does it all. I mean, it's just going to be a run play to the outside like I drew previously, and 1, 2, and Kai Jackson can't get him down.
Yeah, Derek Wilson had an opportunity to make the stop as well at the tail end, but a well drawn up play by ALA to get things knotted up. We'll see if they have a better go with the extra point. Caden Arrieta in to hold. Great defensive player for this ALA team as well. Good snap, good hold. That one up and through, and ALA with an extra point. Take the lead, a 7-6 lead. And both teams successful on their opening drive, right? Red Mountain punched the first ticket. Bobby Nesbitt gets it done on the opposite side for ALA.
Yeah, and I want to shout out number 80 of ALA for keeping up with the cornerback on that block. That's what you want to see out of your wide receivers. The run game, you know, as a receiver, it can get a little boring and not exciting when the offensive coordinator says, hey, we're going to run a lot this game. But the run game is very important as a receiver. You want to sell the routes, make it seem like a pass, and then you just hit them and block them.
Both teams do an excellent job controlling the clock. putting together lengthy drives, 10-11 left in the first half. And Red Mountain ready for their second possession of the evening. Tyreek Cornett back to receive as well. Chayton Jennings a little bit further up. We know that that family, well, just breeds defense. Him, his brother Champ, some Red Mountain legends from the previous couple of years.
Yeah, Champ Jennings, the all-time leading tackler at Red Mountain. Jamison Wade in the conversation of breaking that record.
He'll give it a run for his money this season. It's good when you have the opportunity to play all 4 years. Cornett has another go at the return. Cornett with speed, and Cornett up the far sideline. The kicker to beat, cuts it back. Couple of blocks, and Cornett gets out across the 35. We told you he's lethal. He proves it.
When we talk about special teams, the little brother of the football family, special teams is absolutely important. Good blocks from the second line. And Chayton Jennings right there, he's going to be their lead blocker as well. That's Kai Jackson. And it's really, really important as a kick returner to follow your blocks. The same applies to running backs. Follow the offensive lineman. Follow the pull.
Couldn't ask for a better setup and field position if you're Red Mountain. They set up a screen on first down, and there's room to work with. Close to the line to gain. And the Red Mountain offense continues to be efficient here with the first play of the second drive. King Robinson with the reception.
Caleb Joe 4 for 4. Extremely, extremely careful and protective of the football. No bad mistakes.
They mark Robinson just a yard shy of the line to gain, so it's 2nd down and 1. Handoff this time, Lazzarini with good vision to cut things back, and Lazzarini inside the 20, brought down at the 15.
See, that's just good patience. Just great, great patience by Abnel Lazzarini.
You oftentimes see running backs want to be shot out of a cannon, but you got to read the blocks and survey it.
Yeah, and good block by Josh Lee, number 70, really anchoring that offensive line. He's the one pulling.
They go back to the ground, and Lazzarini with another big run, and it's only positive yardage for him on this drive. You talk about the big block by Josh Lee, but on top of that, I mean, the sophomore tight end, Jaden Wyndham, one to watch out for in the run game for Red Mountain.
Josh Lee pulls again.
And the edge sealed by Wyndham. Cord Nunnery trying to apply the pressure in the run game for ALA. It's been up tempo, and we have an injury timeout on the field. Bodie Coleman.
Your attention, please. Would Ryan Ridenhour please come to the press box? Ryan Ridenhour.
Coleman makes it out to the sideline successfully. And Red Mountain ready to resume the drive.
2nd down and 1, ball on the 6.
2nd and 1 from the 6. They can still pick up a first down. Back to the ground, Lazzarini up the gut, and he's brought down by Ryder Stoll.
Lazzarini for the Red Mountain, first down. Ryder Stoll.
They're just going to keep pounding the rock with the running backs. Throw some screens here and there.
Up tempo, and it's turned into the Abnel Lazzarini show. Red Mountain from the 3-yard line. And this time Lazzarini goes backwards. Good pursuit. And the adjustment made by the ALA defense as Carter Vennard gets into the backfield for the stop.
Just a busted protection there by Red Mountain. ALA Queen Creek got penetration there.
Peevler checks out of the game, and 2nd down and goal upcoming from the 8. 8:10 left in this first half, and Red Mountain trail by 1 following a botched extra point opportunity. Oh, a little pitch underneath to the tight end. Wyndham fights forward, and he's into the end zone. Crafty play call, Brian McDaniel. Jaden Wyndham into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the season.
I mean, this is just a Bruce Arians level playbook. Shovel pass to Wyndham, right to the side, right there. Larry Fitzgerald style.
You know, with the tight end, I kind of like the Andy Reid to Travis Kelce underneath a little more.
You're a Broncos fan. Why do you say that?
I'm also a Taylor Swift fan, buddy.
Oh, my God.
Love me some Kelce. Great, respects great.
Official timeout.
Big touchdown for Wyndham in this Red Mountain offense. 7:57 left in the first half. And you got to go for 2 here, right, Nate?
Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't make this, much like ALA Queen Creek in that Hamilton game, you start chasing points away.
Another injury timeout down on the field. Well, and that's a big one. It looks like it's Ryder Stoll, and he's had his nose into this game early on, making big stops in the run game when ALA have had them already banged up with that club on his left arm and getting escorted off the field with the help of Cade Rollins and company.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge loss for the Patriots. We hope it's nothing serious.
Well, and it's just early in the season. One of the biggest goals of the game is to just get out healthy, right? You want to have your guys for the season, all your starters, getting into the groove of things, and it slows you down. And it does look like Red Mountain elect to attempt the extra point.
Interesting.
So Chase Pitzer back out.
Pitzer for the extra point.
And kickers, ever so important in this series between Red Mountain and ALA. Both their meetings have ended with a game-winning field goal. This time, good snap, good hold. That one punched through. And Red Mountain respond. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, 7:57 left in the first half. We'll step away on RMTV.
Fans, once again, please direct your attention to the north end zone. Let's hear it for your Red Mountain softball team. In 2025, the Mountain Lions were unstoppable, going undefeated in region play and finishing with an incredible 17-1 overall record. In addition to the 6 first and second team all-region recipients, we had some other great accomplishments. Congratulations to Offensive Player of the Year, Nina Montenegro. Region Player of the Year, Peyton Westro. And Region Coach of the Year, Brianna Maha Peterson. Let's give it up for the 2025 East Valley Region Champion, Red Mountain Softball Team.
A heavy dose of the run early at Jim Jones Field. Red Mountain take the lead 13-7 with a beautifully designed shovel pass underneath to the tight end Jaden Wyndham. And now ALA looking to trade blows on this drive.
Pitzer kicks off. And that's 9 yards deep for a touchback, 1st and 10.
It's like Groundhog Day. Just through the end zone, touchback, set them up and get them out there. Big leg from Pitzer.
They're going back to that. They're going to run kind of like an outside draw, and he's just going to pitch it to Jaden Wyndham inside. And then everybody's going to down block. And then Yosenis is going to pull, and he gets the guy on the outside.
When you take a peek at everything from the outside looking in, so much goes into that play for it to be successful, right? You have to sell the fake, blockers have to do their job, find their guy, and that opens things up.
And the sell part is very, very important.
Red Mountain execute on it, and a 6-point lead for them at home. Officials get things set up and ready to go, and ALA takes over from their own 20. Britton DeWitt has looked really good through the air tonight, and this time he goes empty set. DeWitt back to Nesbitt, and that could be a live ball. Jennings scoops it and takes it into the end zone. That's close if that was a forward pass or not.
2nd and 10.
They call it an incompletion, but I don't know. Tough to tell where he throws it on, or from rather, at this angle, but Bobby Nesbitt, he could have been behind the line of scrimmage, but we move forward. 2nd down and 10. And they go to the ground. Nesbitt shot out of a cannon up the middle, cuts to the outside and picks up the 1st down.
Ball carries number 6, Bobby Nesbitt.
Good rebound from ALA Queen Creek.
Wilson.
Kai Jackson makes the stop, but Nesbitt running downhill north-south this evening.
Gain of 11, first down and 10 at the 31.
He's going to be the worker throughout the entire game. The game is going to be in the hands of Bobby Nesbitt.
R.J. Lopez Jr. and Nash Proctor set up at the bottom of the screen. 2 wide receivers set. They're matched up with Tyreek Cornett and Chayton Jennings.
Going to go empty.
They go to the opposite side, and a big hit.
Oh, boy.
Back across the line of scrimmage. And, well, I personally know that I wouldn't want to run into him. Would you like to have a go one-on-one with Lysander Toto?
Absolutely not. Yeah, we're going to get a good look at this incomplete pass that you said looked like a backwards lateral. Ooh,
it was forward by a yard.
1 yard.
1 yard. Good call by the officials. That's why I'm up here and they're down there. 2nd and 7 across the middle. Nice snag by Agnew, his 2nd reception of the evening. And it's enough for a first down.
Pass complete from DeWitt to Stetson Agnew.
You know, both quarterbacks very accurate. Britton DeWitt 5 for 6, and then Caleb Joe is a perfect 4 for 4.
I really think this game is going to come down to one play, and it's going to be which defense can force a turnover.
Gain of 8, first and 10 at the 41.
I mean, in a way, last year's game between these two teams was decided on defense. Tillman Molinell, we thought, had it sealed with an interception, and then Red Mountain's defense bended but didn't break.
This time they stay strong in the running game. Chayton Jennings comes all the way from the secondary to make the final blow on Nesbitt.
On the carry, tripped up by number 1, Cole Edmonds. Pick up a 1, 2nd and 9.
A good 2-back tandem for ALA, right? We see Nash Hall get a couple of carries in this to give some relief to Bobby Nesbitt, and it's that kind of 1-2 hammer.
Here we talk about the importance of having depth. We mentioned that Red Mountain has 8 running backs on their roster. Deep shot.
Yeah, Jennings gets beat this time, and Nash Proctor has it all the way to the end zone. A 58-yard pitch and catch between Britton DeWitt and Nash Proctor.
Well, in the business, we call that a blur ball. And this was just an absolute moon ball. I mean, a perfect shot. Nash Proctor is just going to go right up the seam. And Chayton Jennings may have had his eyes on the quarterback. And you know, when you're running one-on-ones, the biggest thing you cannot do is look at the quarterback.
Low snap, able to be secured up and through. Good job by Caden Arrieta to get that one set. And well, while it had been a couple of slow drives, methodical for each team to start things off, the big play comes through for ALA Queen Creek. 58-yard touchdown to Nash Proctor. They retake the lead, 14-13, 5:49 left in the first half on RMTV.
Matt Watson, State Farm agent. Contact Matt Watson for all your insurance needs. Auto-owned life business. Proud sponsor of Red Mountain Football. Arizona Building Supply offers windows, doors, trim, and cabinets. DR Paints, residential, community, and commercial painting contractor. A4 Lumber Company, the nation's largest privately held supplier of building materials and a proud sponsor of Mountain Football. The Fix, for every coffee lover, stop by for your fix. And Right Orthodontics, get the right smile at incredible prices.
Another drive, another response for ALA. 58-yard pitch and catch between Britton DeWitt and Nash Proctor. And now we'll see what ALA do on special teams. It was the explosive return of Tyreek Cornett last time around. And you wonder if they give him another chance or if they call it a night. He'll have another look at it. Cornett receives and works back across the field. That time better contained from ALA Queen Creek, and they pin Red Mountain inside their own 20 at the 18.
Cornett on the return, brought down by number 80, who's not on the roster. Also there with number 46, Carter Bernard.
You know, Cornett, if we got some blocks around the corner of that kind of formation. Cornette had a great lane from hash
6 yards on the return.
to the out-of-bounds line, down the sideline.
We'll see how the drive goes for Red Mountain this time around. We know that they killed a lot of clock. 7:55 taken off on their opening drive that resulted in a quarterback sneak touchdown. 5:43 left in the first half here, and they have one timeout remaining. Joe under center, and he gives back on the ground game. And a nice job beating a block up front. Nash Cahoon in cahoots with Cade Rollins to make the stop.
A little bit of camelback action. That's a 2-receiver set with the U and the Y. They're going to go back to base.
Something to note on the defensive side of the ball for ALA, Ryder Stoll still not back into action after being injured on the previous drive. Four seconds left on the play clock. Joe gets it off. Pass to the outside. King Robinson with the reception. And just a gain of 3. So this could be the first opportunity of a defense to win a battle tonight. 3rd down and long for Red Mountain, backed up in their own territory.
You know, we're seeing a lot of ALA Queen Creek running. Man, I want to see some crossing routes out of these receivers right here. You know, a little wheel and then a little post action right here. Well, not on your screen is King Robinson. He's way outside the numbers.
ISO'd up in one-on-one. Him and Benjamin Harrison have a matchup. Joe rolls that way, but facing pressure and just has to get rid of it. Good job in pursuit by Jared Baldwin to force the throwaway, and the punt unit comes onto the field for Red Mountain.
Brings up 4th down and 7.
There's that previous play. That's the access throw right there. King Robinson, if that's open, you take it 100%. It's free yardage.
Big play by Cade Rollins to just be able to close in there and make that stop. No yards after the catch. Pitzer now back to punt as well. End over end, we'll see what kind of a bounce this takes. High in the air, fair catch called for. And Proctor with the big touchdown holds the punt down, and ALA take over right around midfield. And they have an opportunity to double up here. We know Red Mountain started with the ball at the beginning of this game. Successful drive for the touchdown, but a big spot for ALA with 4:05 left on the clock. They could really open up the scoring.
And you mentioned defensive battles. This is going to be a big one right here going into the half.
ALA quick to get out of the huddle and out to the line, and Red Mountain ready to face some adversity early on here in this game. Substitution changes being made late for Red Mountain. A couple new faces. Rocky Granillo out onto the field for the Red Mountain Mountain Lions defense. DeWitt has time in the pocket, surveys the field, checks down to the middle to Talon Scott for a pickup of 4.
It's great pocket protection from ALA Queen Creek.
4-yard gain.
I mean, he had all day in the pocket. You can draw a circle around Britton DeWitt. I mean, that's just a masterpiece.
Red Mountain brought 5 that time around. We'll see when Enders wants to deploy anything crazy with a stunt, a stem at the line, and a big blitz.
Smoke and mirrors, as Enders says.
They go back to the ground game this time around. Nesbitt fights through traffic and picks up a couple.
Bobby Nesbitt on the carry. Pushed down by number 51, James McGee.
Cole Edmonds doing a good job that time around containing the run. And it brings up 3rd down and 3.
Make some noise. Mountain Lion fans, let's hear it.
3rd and 3. Red Mountain jumped on a freeze call the last time. Let's see if they learn.
DeWitt down at the wristband, ready to go. They look to do it through the air. There's the pressure, deep ball too far, and that's a great call. We were wondering when Enders was going to draw it up. Well, you get the answer on 3rd down and short. Great pressure by James McGee up the gut.
That'll bring up 4th and 3.
Well, you called it right there. James McGee up the gut. I believe McGee is going to come right here. Question mark? If not, it's going to come from the wheel. No.
Number 39, Jet Phillips.
Still a great call nonetheless.
They draw it up perfectly, and with 4th down and 3-4 yards to go, ALA have the special teams unit out there and a timeout taken to talk things over. And I think it's a good time for both sides to check with their coordinators and see what they want to go on, because this is an opportunity oftentimes where you see a fake right around midfield. Give Red Mountain not too short of a field if you don't convert on it, but we'll see how confident ALA are.
Well, the Patriots are going to be pretty confident knowing that Bobby Nesbitt has been carrying the rock great for them. And Britton DeWitt has been hitting his shots. He's taking what the defense gives him. Red Mountain, they've been playing some pretty stout defense so far, too.
Good look into the huddle of Red Mountain this time around, seeing everything that happens down there on the sidelines. And we'll see if ALA come back out with the same look, right? You can send the special teams unit out the first time around, change your mind, bring the offense out. They've been successful moving the ball and been able to answer any call that Red Mountain have had defensively, and it does look like Britton DeWitt heads back out onto the field this time with the offense, and they're going to go for it.
Following the timeout. 4th down and 3 at the Red Mountain 40.
Big 3rd down here for both teams, as a matter of fact. Benders might call his last time out. He did.
Yep.
3rd unofficial.
The game we love, the chess match, the back and forth. You wait to see what formation they come out with, and you can make your adjustments from there.
And who knows, the Patriots may go with a different formation.
Transform your self-care routine with expert med spa treatments.
It's all the hard work that goes unnoticed throughout the week, right? Grinding film, watching previous games, finding tendencies from team to team, so you can see a formation that they come out with and have the possibility and the opportunity with preparation to predict what's coming.
Yeah, all that work spent in the classroom, outside the classroom, all leads up to what happens in the 3 hours on Friday Night Lights.
2:33 left in the first half, a 14-13 lead for ALA Queen Creek on the road, thanks to the botched extra point attempt following the first touchdown for Red Mountain on the opening drive. And it's 4th down and 4 from the Red Mountain 46. Offense back out on the field for ALA. All systems go.
Ball at the 46, 4th and 3.
See, this is ALA Queen Creek's version of a heavy set. They got Talon Scott. Now they're going under center.
Rollout pass, Nesbitt tackled, and he has enough to pick up the first down. What does he not do? They rely on him through the ground game. They can throw to him out of the backfield. Bobby Nesbitt, the catalyst of this team.
Yeah, it's going to be a rollout pass. Bobby Nesbitt just runs the flat route at the running back position. Criminally underrated route, by the way. We see it out of every college team. And we've seen it a lot last year with Red Mountain. I mean, how many times has that route been open for Red Mountain last year?
Pass back over the middle, and escaping one tackle into the secondary, Kai Jackson with the hit on Nash Proctor, but not before a gain of 12 and another first down. And up-tempo this time for ALA.
1st and 10 at the 30.
There's a whole lot of room on the far side of the field to Witten, and we got to hold it.
This is going to be negated. I think it was a crackback block or something low, but they went down low on Cole Edmonds. And it depends if we see a personal foul or a hold here.
get a nice look at this replay. Yep, that's a hold.
10 yards from the spot of the foul.
That's a win if you're Cole Edmonds, right? You create the pressure and you do your job enough to create a penalty.
It's a good job at drawing the penalty, I must say.
Backs things up 10 and makes it 1st and 20 from the Red Mountain 40. We're close to already being at the high score in this series history between these two teams in the first half, 14-13. The other two results, a 16-14 win for Red Mountain, 17-14 win for ALA, both at home. DeWitt back to pass, plenty of time, and finds his man Talon Scott over the middle. Everything they just lost from the hold, they pick it back up and some.
DeWitt's pass complete to Talon Scott, checked up by Jackson White.
It's Talon Scott. He had the holding penalty just a moment ago. Way to rebound. It's going to be a basic, which is about a 10-yard dig route.
On Red Mountain, they just bring 3 that time on the pressure, and that gives Britton DeWitt plenty of time.
And this time they're going to send, looks like 3 again.
He has all day in the pocket, rolls out to his right. Gadare provides enough pressure for the throwaway.
Britton DeWitt throws it away, incomplete.
Linebacking core getting really involved for Red Mountain in both facets of the game.
See, right now, Red Mountain is more so focused on protecting each position zone as opposed to sending some guys and creating some pressure. They sent 3 that time. They sent 3 the last time. And you can get home with 3 guys. They show 4.
And it's 3rd down and 4. Back to the air for ALA and into the flat, it's Nesbitt. A song you've heard before, pushed out of bounds after picking up the 1st down.
Pushed out of bounds by Derek Wilson.
Derek Wilson credited with the stop. 50 seconds left on the clock in the first half. We talked about it about close to a drive ago now, but a huge spot for ALA to possibly double up here. They'll receive the kick in the second half.
Going back to the pressure, they showed 3, and then they blitzed 2 off the edge, one of them being Jamison Wade. And Toa back in. He's at nose.
Vanderlinden on the left edge sets up his pass rush. Nash Hall goes in motion. DeWitt takes a shot to the end zone. And just out of the reaching arms, the pressure just enough to get home. Jamison Wade puts a hit on Britton DeWitt and makes him uncomfortable enough to sail that one over the head of Nash Proctor.
Well, Nash Proctor ran a nasty flag route.
Pressure on the play by Jamison Wade.
I mean, he put his foot in the ground, and he just beats Kai Jackson to it. Unfortunately, Britton DeWitt unable to place that one in the arms of Nash Proctor.
A game of inches and just enough pressure created by Jamison Wade that time to disrupt the throw from DeWitt. Nesbitt gets the call this time up the middle and looks to follow a block, and what a tackle by Chayton Jennings. Snatching those ankles out of the secondary.
Well, he's an ankle biter. Time's ticking, though, for ALA Queen Creek. Never mind, 32 on the clock.
I mean, this is a touchdown-saving tackle here by Chayton Jennings.
Gain of 3 on the previous play.
If it wasn't Chayton Jennings, then it was going to be Jackson White.
Closing in on the backside, and Red Mountain have just done enough to slow things down in here. 3rd down and 7 upcoming for ALA. Still have a timeout remaining. That leaves things open for the ground game and Bobby Nesbitt if they want to go to it.
Reset to 38 seconds.
Well, yeah, you have Bobby Nesbitt. You have Nash Proctor. There's going to be 38 seconds left. Check that, 38 seconds.
Good look at both sidelines coming together. In the previous shot you saw was a slingless Kyle Enders, something we didn't have the opportunity to look at all of last season. That torn, what was it, bicep pec region, everything going wrong there for the head coach of Red Mountain. fully healed, mobile, and good to go this season.
I will say this, as a defensive coordinator, it's especially difficult getting the defensive signals out with one hand.
Well, and even though he was recommended by a doctor to be in the sling, we saw it flying off in the middle of games last year, throwing down the side saddle. Active and vocal on the sideline. We'll see what he has drawn up here on 3rd down and 7.
Okay, let's play a game. Where's Nash Proctor? He's going to be at the wing right here.
They go to Nesbitt. He cuts back up and has Jamison Wade beat, and it's a 1st down for ALA.
Well, they got Nash Proctor running all over the place. I mean, we've seen him play. We've seen him play the wing. We've seen him play running back. We're seeing him play receiver. 2-back set.
ALA quick back to the line. Nash Hall has the carry this time around to the outside and slowed down around the 4, and the clock continues to wind with 18 to go. And Rich Edwards comes hauling down the far sideline to take his final timeout.
Number 31, Kate Goddard. Timeouts, Patriots, their final timeout. Both teams are on a timeout.
Now you can't anticipate everything if you're Red Mountain, right? You're inside the 5-yard line, but no timeouts left. Be a big risk to go to the ground if you're ALA, so you have to expect Britton DeWitt to have the game in his hands here.
Yeah, and if it's on the left hash, I'm expecting a rollout from the right-hander to the right. Kind of like that 4th down play we saw near the 50.
You're correct. With the ball being spotted over there, it just opens up a lot of field too, right? We talk about how it condenses so much when you get into this goal-to-go zone. Well, right now, your favor is the near sideline from our camera, the game camera perspective here. And there will be plenty of room for routes to be ran by Nash Proctor, Talon Scott, RJ Lopez, as well as Stetson Agnew, the 4, who you'll see a majority of the time. But Bobby Nesbitt has been a factor out of the backfield as well in the passing game.
He's absolutely been a factor. I wouldn't be surprised if they ran 2 out routes here. Yeah, they're going to go with the 4. They're going to go, looks like trips to the field side.
Yeah, they go heavy. Everything's set up to the far side of the field other than Nash Proctor at the bottom of the screen off camera. They fake it and look for Proctor. Has a shot in the back of the end zone, able to come down with it.
What a catch. Stetson Agnew was wide open in the middle of the field, but one heck of a catch from Nash Proctor.
A 2-touchdown night in the first half for Nash Proctor. He had the 58-yarder taking the top off the secondary, and now an athletic play in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, that's going to be a flag route from Nash Proctor.
For the extra point.
And he nearly had a touchdown on his last flag route.
A great job to come down with that reception, and it just really shows the growth from year to year. Last season, 15 receptions, 169 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Proctor. Well, he has 2 tonight. A 21-13 lead for ALA Queen Creek on the road, and they'll have the ball to start the second half. So for Red Mountain, you got to make a couple defensive adjustments at the half to be able to set things up.
I mean, look at that. Stetson Agnew, wide open, defenders not even 10 yards away from him. Maybe even 15. But that's a zone as a defensive back, especially safety, that cannot go uncovered.
I think it just shows the call coming through that DeWitt wanted to look for his number 1 target the whole way through, and that was the first read that was designed up for him. We'll see if Tyreek Cornett can make some magic happen in the return game with 14 seconds left.
Back deep is Tyreek Cornett.
Aiden Holman, the arm up, and he's ready to set this one out. Line drive, and Cornett won't have a chance for it, but Jennings will. Jennings fights to the outside, and he's pushed out of bounds by Bodie Coleman. 8 seconds left for Red Mountain. Opportunity to take a shot or just take a knee and go to the half.
Take a shot. Why not? Test the DBs a little bit.
21 yards on the return. It'll be 1st and 10, Red Mountain at the 31.
Jennings back to the sideline after the return. Peevler, Lazzarini, big bodies in there. It looks like Red Mountain content to just take this 8-point deficit into the half with 8 seconds left. A 21-13 lead for ALA Queen Creek at the half. They'll get the ball to return and set things up. A little bit of back and forth action. Defensive battle turns into offense. The highest scoring game up to this point between these two opponents. Alongside Nate Smith, I'm Zach Warhack. Rome Katie down on the sideline. We'll have all the second half action when we return on RMTV.
This is our objective, Las Vegas, Nevada. Mission, to liberate millions of dollars.
Welcome your captain! Used to pin drop, made a pit stop. I'm with my day ones, we don't click high. Used to pin drop, made a pit stop. With my day ones, we don't click high. With my day ones, we the click. With my day ones, we the click. With my day ones, we the click.
Guys, I set it on the wristband for a reason, and it keeps coming back to me as I think about this game. I want to break them. I want to break their will. I don't want to just beat them, I want to beat them bad. They're out there chirping because they're nervous, out there talking, coaches talking, warming up on our sidelines. We ain't about all that. Talk with your pads and break them.
Yeah, hey, how they leave me out? This a damn shame. New face of the league, run a campaign. I told them I'll build on it. What's the landscape? Moving in and out of country, trying to translate. Passport stamps, I got a lot of them. I used to walk through the airport in my sins, hitting Trinidad, so I hit Trinidad to lock it in. Who's this? Wild girl, she playing Dizzy right again. Switch it up, just like the fits that they like me in. I used to have braids and wanna hoop like Allen Iverson. I know the game without a ring, the one that they admiring. The difference is when you work for them, they recycling. Used to pin drop, made a pit stop. And with my day ones, we don't click high. Used to pin drop, made a pit stop. And with my day ones, we don't click high. With my day ones, we the click. And with my day ones, we the click. Hey, we ain't damn man, they playing with the culture. Put the city on my back without ever bending over. Put my life on the line to be wise. They couldn't walk in my shoes if they tried. What you mean? Play a stupid game and win a stupid prize. I'm just trying to see who down for the ride. First off, they got famous legends. We ain't had none. Vegas is the city where they came to get their bags from. Roll the dice. They expect success to happen overnight. It's not now. Only popping up if we popping out. I never seen a player put up points if he out of bounds. Hands down. I don't want the chains. I want the land now. The pen, I'm knocking pins down up in Sam's Town. Used to pin drop, made a pit stop. And with my day ones, we don't click high. And with my day ones, we the click.
Got that done.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Red Mountain Marching Pride. This year's show, entitled Revolution, features the opening selection Grand Canyon Fanfare, followed by an arrangement of Bach's Little Fugue in G minor. And concluding with the upbeat All of the Lights. Please welcome the Red Mountain Marching Pride and drum majors, Evan Collins, Jack Ellis, and Mackenzie Mills. The Red Mountain Marching Band is under the direction of Jennifer Hamilton. Assistant director is Taryn Jones. Percussion instructors Evan Dixon, Wardell King, Rob Davis, Matt Izquierdo, and Benjamin McKinley. Visual captain, head Taylor Gowdy. Music and visual instructors, Danielle Dixon, Ian Hoffman, and Daniel Bryce. Guard instructors, Aubrey Oliver and Jamie Warhus. The Marching Crowd would like to acknowledge our corporate sponsors. Title sponsor, Dixon Jewelers. Carla McGee, MHG Commercial Real Estate. Greenway Custom Crating. Just Because Gift Shop. Jennifer Kobach, Home Smart Realty. Earnhardt Toyota, Power Postal, and Chuck's Fine Meats.
Welcome back here to RMTV. I'm Katie. Here alongside me is Coach Kyle Enders. And Coach, what was the biggest takeaway for your guys in the first half?
We haven't gotten a stop tonight. They've had 3 possessions. We got to get them off the field. We got to get off the field on 3rd down.
How do you hope to contain a guy like Corey Nesbitt in this game?
We got to be able to mix it up a little bit in our fronts. He's finding the seam. They're doing a good job of keeping us all balanced with RPOs and opening up for us. We've done a good job on first slowing him down, but we got to do more than that. He's a good player.
The story for you guys so far is this line game, this ground game. How fun is it for you to see Lazzarini get some production, even though some of your backers have been out due to injury?
Oh yeah, man. He's been ready to go. He's been that guy that was going to get touches regardless, and it's good to see. We just got to get the ball back to our offense more.
All right, thanks so much. Back to you.
Thanks, Rome. A 21-13 lead for ALA Queen Creek as we enter the second half here on RMTV. Back in the booth with you, alongside Nate Smith, I'm Zach Warhack, and taking a look at the recap from the first half. Well, it was a heavy dose of Bobby Nesbitt, but Nash Proctor, 2 touchdown receptions on the evening.
Yeah, this ALA Queen Creek offense is firing off on all cylinders, and the offense runs through Bobby Nesbitt. He's been slicing and dicing and pounding the rock through this Red Mountain defense.
And while we have a big one here, Nate, with 2 teams with playoff implications and hopes towards the end of the season, a lot of other big games going on throughout the state of Arizona. You got an update for us.
Yeah, so O'Connor is going to play Hamilton. O'Connor down in that game 14-28. Hamilton coming off of that big win. Chaparral and Saguaro, that rivalry up in Scottsdale. Chaparral 3, Saguaro 7, and Cathedral Catholic plays Chandler. Cathedral Catholic has that one 7-6. It's halftime. Mesa and Mountain View, very historic rivalry. Mountain View taking it to the Jackrabbits as they carry on 25-0. Corner Canyon and Liberty, 2 powerhouses, one from Utah and one from Arizona. It's 35-14 Corner Canyon. The boys up in Utah are giving them the business. And at halftime, Orange Lutheran comes to Basha. The offseason champions, they got 7-on-7 tournament wins at ASU, U of A, and Just Chili down in Copa. Basha's winning it 24-0.
Plenty left to unwind throughout the Arizona high school football season. This one through the end zone off the foot of Chase Pitzer to start the second half. And while you heard it in the halftime interview with Kyle Enders, the defense has to get a stop. They're going to be called upon immediately as Britton DeWitt and company come back out to start the second half. He's been electric throughout the night. Pinpoint accuracy, able to work off the run game, and it's just been stellar watching him play.
Yeah, and you said the defense needs to do its job. It needs to play complementary football. The offense is doing its job perfectly. They're milking the clock, like you said. They ticked off 7 minutes in the first quarter, and it's all up to the defense. They need to get a stop here, make Britton DeWitt feel uncomfortable in the pocket. ALA Queen Creek has given them a lot of time in that pocket.
Back to the ground on first down. Cade Gadare, first one in to make the hit on Bobby Nesbitt, and a pickup of 2 on first down.
And that's a good start right there.
Bobby Nesbitt, the ball carrier.
Stopping him at the line of scrimmage, only a yard or 2.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 at the 22.
This is a tough look down on the near sideline of Red Mountain. Chayton Jennings hopping off on one leg. Gets off under his own power, but that would be a big loss. They already lost him last season when he broke his arm in 2 places. Play action this time around, and they set up the screen for Nesbitt. Gadare breaks down but can't make the tackle, and Kai Jackson ultimately brings him down on the outside. But Bobby Nesbitt, shifty.
DeWitt's pass complete to Bobby Nesbitt.
Oh, and this not a good look. Kai Jackson, as he makes the stop, stays down on the field.
This will be a huge loss. Kai Jackson walking off on his own power.
Tough to see what he's favoring and what kind of happened at the end of the tackle. Got caught up in a block and then made the stop.
Oh, it looked like might be Jamison Wade or Jackson White kind of went over the top of him.
Yeah, a couple things looked like it could have happened. First, the contact was between the shoulder of Nesbitt and the head of Jackson on the stop, and then fell down on the left arm, and then, as you mentioned, some friendly fire on the back end. We'll keep an eye on that. In 2 plays through the second half, 2 injuries for Red Mountain, and DeWitt looks to take the top off. This one intercepted by Cornett. He's lethal in the return game. We'll see what kind of room he has. Tyreek Cornett busted to the outside, down to the 35. And we talk about a turnover necessary and a stop for Red Mountain. Tyreek Cornett comes up huge.
It was a 36-yard return, but we'll check the penalty.
Well, we said the defense needed to step up in a big way. Cornett just sees this the whole way. Go up and high point it. I don't know where that ball was going. It looked like it was going to Nash Proctor, but he's being double covered.
Well, and shot after shot was ready to be set up for the ALA offense, and they looked to take it with a couple of injuries on the Red Mountain defense. And for maybe a little bit of an update, we go down to the sideline. Rome Katie, what do you got?
Yeah, thanks, guys. I just talked to Queen Creek's athletic trainer. She just told me that Ryder Stoll will come back into this game. He's good to go the rest of the way. The coach will just put him in wherever he wants to. So that's the latest on Ryder Stoll, guys.
Thanks, Rome. An impact player for the defense of ALA Queen Creek, and we talked about him having that cast on his left hand to start the game. Looked like it was a lower body injury in the first half, and you see him on the left edge right now. And plenty of work cut out for the Red Mountain defense. A couple of injuries there, but Tyreek Cornett comes up big with the interception. Good run on first down, and well, after all the excitement and energy from the return of Cornett, we may have missed a flag on our end because it's not across midfield, back towards the spot of the interception. But that's back-to-back games this season for a pick. Tyreek Cornett had 2 tackles and an interception last week, comes up with another one this week against ALA.
Way to put the offense in a good position as they go back to the run game.
That time bottled up on the inside by Cord Nunnery, one of those big players for ALA, and a returner, 25 tackles last season and 2.5 sacks.
8-1, third down.
Now you bring up 3rd and 5. They read the run pretty well the last 2 plays. Do you go for a pass here? It looks like they're going to go empty.
This is huge for momentum as well for Red Mountain. Your defense just did a great job getting you the ball back. You want to give them a breather and plenty of time off of the field. Caleb Joe back to the sideline. 7 seconds left on the play clock.
Seeing Jaden Brewer lined up playing press. Now he plays off.
Joe goes to the outside and just underthrows Robinson. And right in the vicinity of Brewer, Robinson looked to be open, and well, the interception results in a 3-and-out for Red Mountain, and they'll punt it right back away to ALA.
The corners for the Patriots, they showed press and then they backed off. It was a good read by Joe. Just didn't have enough juice to get it there.
Proctor back to return, already been dynamic in the game tonight with 2 receiving touchdowns. Chase Pitzer awaits the snap to kick it away. ALA bring the heat off the ground. What a job by Pitzer to just even get that punt off. And Proctor unable to come up with it. But that was a short hop play. It looked like Pitzer was playing second base out there, able to corral the snap and even get that punt off. Could have been disastrous for Red Mountain.
Yeah, that could have been really bad. And block punts can really swing the game.
I mean, it sets up a much shorter field if ALA take over there. Now they're tucked back into their own zone at the 24. Close to 3 minutes gone in the third quarter. ALA await their second possession of this half. It was an interception at the hands of Tyreek Cornett the previous time around. Empty set, pressure comes off the edge. DeWitt able to escape, keep it himself, and run up the sideline for a gain of close to 6.
Braden DeWitt on the keeper, goes out of bounds.
No Bobby Nesbitt that time. That was Nash Hall in the backfield.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
ALA keep things up tempo. Check with me game. Red Mountain stay disciplined on the defensive side, and they'll receive the rebuttal from Jamison Wade as he awaits the call for them. To the ground, and Hall up the middle, slips a tackle and gets into the second level. Just efficient running from ALA, and it's just beating the first contact.
Just wearing down that front seven of the Mountain Lions.
And Cole Edmonds, gain of 10, first and 10 at the 40.
Quick snap back to the ground and a pickup of 6. Tackle stop by Cade Goodare.
Nash Hall on the carry, brought down by
Vanderlinden
Jackson
goes down
Wright
in the backfield.
and Cade Goodare.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's a pancake from McKay Jensen.
Second down and 4 as we have an
Bam,
injury
right there.
timeout.
Serving up a stack of them.
Official timeout for an injury on the ALA sideline. And just speaking of injuries, Derek Wilson has been in the game the past couple of snaps in the secondary for Red Mountain. Chayton Jennings still not spotted out there on the field. And it was that lower body injury. He came off not putting a lot of weight on that leg.
And another guy they're missing in the secondary is number 5, Grady English.
You really never want to catch the injury bug, but I feel like you'd rather have it when you're figuring stuff out at the front half of the season rather than down the stretch. Players still down on the far sideline for ALA. With that 8:25 left in the third quarter, they lead 21-13. We'll step away on RMTV. Braden Chick was the injured player on the field for ALA, able to get back to the sideline with a little bit of help from the training staff, and that's a big loss. He's their starting left guard, very impactful in this run game. We've seen Nesbitt go behind him and head his way a few different times, and now they switch things around on the offensive line for ALA, and we see Kobe Schneider check in for the first time this evening.
The goal still remains the same. Pound the rock with Bobby Nesbitt in between the tackles.
Second down and 4, Proctor in motion for ALA. They go play action, quick hit over the middle, and it's going to be a yard shy of the line to gain. Talon Scott with the reception. He may have gotten a friendly spot as well at another player down in the backfield. This time it's a Red Mountain defender, and it looks like it's Crew Vanderlinden.
That'll be a huge loss, too. He's been generating pressure all night.
Yeah, you know, this is also a time of the year when it's hot outside and hydration becomes a factor, especially in the state of Arizona. So with these lower body injuries, you never know if it's something that stems from contact or it's just those cramps, something like that. And it looks like Vanderlinden trying to put pressure on that right leg right now.
You know, hydration, electrolytes, salt tablets, if people still do those. All of which key ingredients to the human body.
And it's now been 4 players injured in the second half. 3 from the side of Red Mountain, 1 on ALA Queen Creek sideline. And we're at a little bit of a stalemate, and it can just kind of slow down the pace of the game, right? The first half, obviously plenty of points put on the board, 21-13, the scoreline going into the half. Teams get the halftime break to rest, make adjustments, and now a couple of injuries slow things down. You catch your breath as well.
It really ruins the momentum for the offense. You know, you're pumped out, you want to run a fast tempo offense, and then somebody goes down, and all that momentum just kind of falls flat. Sending 5.
They show pressure. Wade tries to shoot the gap. Good blitz pickup and the far sideline reception for a gain of 5. Proctor has been great this evening.
Number 3, Nash Proctor from Britton DeWitt.
Well, great would be the correct word. He's 12 for 13 on the night.
2nd and 5.
With that Britton DeWitt. He got 2 tutties and an INT.
Well, and we talked about Kobe Schneider, the left guard replacement. Great blitz pickup that time around from him, seeing his first action of the night. 2nd down and 5. This one a run up the middle, back towards the line of scrimmage, and a good stop by the Red Mountain defense. And they got one of those injured players back. You see on the far sideline, Kai Jackson took the hit. He's back out onto the field. Substitutions up front, Yosenis as well as Josh Lee step in on 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, and Chayton Jennings, he's doing a couple sprints on the sideline. Kind of feeling out that leg.
Let's bring some energy. It's 3rd down and 5.
Helmet's still off, and it looks like he's walking pretty gingerly still. 3rd and 5, Red Mountain crowd get into it. Handoff this time, and plenty of room for Nesbitt. Needed 5, and he gets 6.
Bobby Nesbitt on the carry. Yosenis and Josh Lee on the tackle. 86. 1st and 10 at the 39.
I mean, was there any doubt? He's their go-to guy. Like we said, Yosenis just caught him a little too late for that spread offense with those four receivers.
It's been 3 plays in a row where Schneider's made an impact at the left guard position for ALA. Coming off the bench cold and playing well, they go his direction again. Nesbitt that time bottled up.
Bobby Nesbitt on the carry.
We talked about it, and it was a common theme with the Red Mountain defense last season, towards the back half of the season, really those last 4 games where they would put themselves in great positions, 3rd down and 8, 3rd down and 5, and just unable to get off the field, giving up those first downs on the final play, and it's just they stay out, they lose some energy, and ultimately just wear down. 6:26 left in the 3rd here. ALA continue to drive.
Yeah, ALA kind of throwing that clock management game right back at Red Mountain.
All the time in the world for DeWitt. Escapes pressure out towards the sideline, cuts back, and eventually steps out of bounds. But just no pass rush that time, and Britton DeWitt able to look for the shot and tuck it away.
I mean, ALA Queen Creek's offensive line is holding their water. Nobody is getting to Britton DeWitt. I mean, you could draw a perfect circle right here. I mean, look at it. I still have a circle. Nobody's even touched them.
3rd and 5, another big situation where ALA lean on the ground game, and Nash Hall with the first down this time. And back-to-back situations on this drive where Red Mountain force a 3rd and 5, and they're unable to make the stop. And now you have Cole Edmonds down on the field.
Yeah, this defense is getting worn down.
Briggs Wiltbank came onto the field looking to be a replacement for Red Mountain. And what's been injury after injury, Cole Edmonds goes down this time and in pain. See Jackson White making the tackle there, and it was Edmonds engaged in the block, and I mean, I think we were talking about it, the cramps and the electrolytes, and a telltale sign when the calf's getting stretched out down on the field that it's probably just cramps. Obviously don't want to make any assumptions with an injury and the seriousness of it, but the ground game has just gotten ALA out of 3rd down time and time again. Low man won that time around. Jackson White got there, made the stop, but not until a pickup of 7 and the first down for ALA.
The lower man always wins.
A game of leverage, but I want to go back and talk about the ground game and the efficiency that ALA have had tonight. You brought it up. I mean, there's some big boys in the front five for their team, and you lose one in Braden Chick, and Schneider has come in, replaced him perfectly. They went behind him to the left side that time again.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the offensive line, it's a lot like fixing the roof of a house. It may not be pretty, but, man, it gets the job done, and it protects the house.
Certainly important when you have depth at that position as well. Left guard, left tackle. They've been dominating the run game, but we've seen them go behind Griffin Faiva as well, and it starts from the inside and out. Cole Edmonds remains down on the field with 6:02 left in the third, 21-13. ALA on top. We'll step away on RMTV. Still unsure the significance of the lower body injury to Cole Edmonds, but good sight to see, able to walk off on his own power, gingerly at that. So the defense just getting decimated to injuries for Red Mountain at the start of the second half. 4 pivotal pieces have gone down. Kai Jackson, one to return, and now Chayton Jennings back in the game as well. So a good sight to see.
But still, this defense is getting gashed by this running attack, which is now a two-headed running back attack with Nash Hall.
He is taking a brunt of the carries in this second half. This time they go through the air, they set something up on the inside, and Red Mountain quick to react, but not before Cord Nunnery has a pickup.
That's a nice little tunnel screen there.
Brent DeWitt complete to R.J. Lopez Jr. Tackled by Jameson Wade and Chayton Jennings.
You know, ALA Queen Creek has the opportunity to really extend their lead. Now it's time to kind of flip this defense to a new intensity level.
And R.J. Lopez in on that previous reception for the gain of 3. They go back to the ground, and a big enough hole for Nash Hall to bust through and get into the red zone, and ALA continue to throw punches with 5:11 left in the third.
Well, they're in the red zone now. They're going to throw a huge punch. They're going to throw a haymaker right here if they score a touchdown. And what is a statement game for both Red Mountain and the Patriots.
A fresh set of downs for ALA, first down and 10 from the 13 of Red Mountain, and they're content to go back to the huddle. We've seen tempo from them early in the night, and now methodical. Pitch play out, Nesbitt able to catch a block on the edge, and a flag flies in late, but a great tackle. I think a hold is going to be the call, but Chayton Jennings back into the game and making back-to-back stops.
Yeah, they're going to call holding on ALA Queen Creek. Looked like it came from one of the wide receivers.
I think Talon Scott out on the edge, or you could have the big man up front. That's Cade Minor.
You could get Proctor, or, yeah, like you said, Cade Minor or Nash Proctor. Overall, good job by making Bobby Nesbitt take the outside.
A lot of willpower from Chayton Jennings. You see him walking in the secondary after the play, and you can tell he's still not 100%, but battling back to get into this game and making 2 big tackles on back-to-back plays. And the penalty brings it back to 1st and 20 with 4.5 left in the third. DeWitt to Nesbitt out of the backfield, throws a stiff arm, and he's just able to escape the first tackle every time.
Well, Kai Jackson that time left his feet.
Brent DeWitt's pass complete to Bobby Nesbitt.
You know, we see it a lot from safeties and corners. They like to leave their feet when they're making the tackle.
Second and 20.
Got to stay on your feet. If your feet aren't chopping, you're going to lose that battle every time.
ALA back to the no huddle, play action. DeWitt rolls to his right, goes underneath, and has Lopez. So back across the original sticks, brought down right around the 10. And that makes it 3rd down and manageable. ALA continue to work quick.
Lopez on the reception, brought down by Jennings.
Well, Jennings with another tackle, and he's limping in the secondary yet again.
That was just a classic flag out route concept. Can't go wrong with that.
It was a gain of 13.
3rd and 7, back to the ground. Nesbitt cuts back, and he stops short of the 1st down marker. And decision time for Rich Edwards. You have the lead already, up by 8. You extend to 11 with the field goal, or you try and throw a big punch? They still have the line to gain, too.
I mean, is there any doubt? Run it right up the gut. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
They need the 3-yard line to pick up the 1st down.
Watch a rollout.
They go play action, and the pressure gets home for the first time tonight. Josh Lee comes up big on 4th down.
At a big time, Josh Lee gets home, the two-way player. Battling it out in the trenches.
Red Mountain 1st and 10 at the 15.
I mean, he just bull rushes his way in, and, you know, in an offensive line like ALA Queen Creek, who has otherwise been bulletproof the majority of this game, let that one slip through the cracks.
That's going to be a big-time decision down the stretch of this game. That sack right there on 4th down to force the turnover on downs could single-handedly have kept Red Mountain in this game. They kick a field goal, they go up by 2 scores.
Great call.
We'll see if the offense can get going for Red Mountain. The quick pass to Wyndham, and a flag flies in the backfield. And Wyndham is loose on the near sideline. The flag back by Caleb Joe. I think this may stand, and it could be roughing the passer.
Yeah, that's roughing the passer. He was on his back. Everybody's trotting down.
What a sequence of events for Red Mountain. It starts with Josh Lee making the big sack, and then it's all Arian Wyndham with the yards after catch.
I mean, great block by Jay Williams, the junior wide receiver, and Arian Wyndham just hugs the sideline.
Plus a 15-yard penalty. It's 1st down at the 25.
Critical block. And a nice stiff arm.
He stayed in by inches. Early movement all over the place. Flag flies on the far sideline.
Looked like they were missing a tackle.
What a tightrope by Arian Wyndham, though, to be able to stay in bounds and keep things alive. A massive gain all the way down to the 25. The officials pick up the flag and wave it off. I'm not sure if it was a substitution situation where confusion came in, but regardless, it's 1st and 10 from the ALA 25 for Red Mountain with an opportunity to punch back.
Well, they got Wyndham, make that Jaden Wyndham. They got his hand in the turf.
Darius Grayson Courts in the backfield, sets up to block, and a shot taken here by Joe over the top. He connects for the touchdown, and Red Mountain right back in it. Arian Wyndham does it all on this drive.
Are you kidding? I mean, it's going to be a fade ball. I mean, this is exactly how they work it in practice.
In the blink of an eye, everything has changed.
I mean, Wyndham's just going to go right up there in the crosser.
Picture perfect throw by Caleb Joe. He's got one on the ground, and that one beautiful through the air. And we'll see what Red Mountain draw up for the 2-point conversion. An opportunity to tie it with 2:06 left in the third. They go heavy.
A lot of funky motions and shifts.
They pitch it, double back, and Joe! Philly into the end zone!
Beautiful poetry.
We're having fun on a Friday night.
Just pure poetry. Oh man, there's a flag down.
I think everything stands. The officials having a discussion, but no laundry on the field. And talk about Arian Wyndham. Yeah, the official gives the signal that it stands. So
they got unsportsmanlike conduct on Red Mountain, however.
That'll set things up for the big leg of Pitzer on the kickoff. But I got to pick your brain here. So traditionally, for Arian Wyndham, the octopus would be him scoring the touchdown and receiving the two-point conversion. Do we think we call this an octopus still with the receiving touchdown and throwing the two-point conversion?
I'd say we call it a squid.
Okay, I like it.
Doesn't sound as cool as the octopus, but it's not the octopus.
Maybe a calamari?
Calamari, squid, cuttlefish, clam.
Your knowledge of the sea is impressive.
Shout out to Mr. Damassa for that.
Regardless of what it is, it's successful for Red Mountain, and things just got even more exciting. 21-all, we are knotted up at Jim Jones Field with 2:06 left in the third. A massive change of events that all starts with a Josh Lee sack. Kick this time out of bounds, and that time the flag will stand. So, well, Red Mountain answer with a touchdown, but field position in the plus side for ALA Queen Creek.
It all started from a Josh Lee sack. I mean, that could not have came at a better time. Fourth down, you're pinned in the red zone, and you get to the quarterback. And let's get a look at this fade ball one more time.
25 yards from the spot of the kickoff.
Caleb Joe was quick to react and throw that. He knew that Caden Arrieta was beat deep on the start of it and then the two-point conversion. Offense gives justice to the defense and return the favor to them for the fourth down stop and turnover on downs that created that opportunity. And now the defense back on the field with energy and momentum, right? You have an interception by Tyreek Cornett in this game, as well as a fourth down sack, turnover on downs forced by Josh Lee, and ALA take over at midfield. You have to call upon the defense again.
Yeah, but I say they get an unfavorable position, being literally dead center on the 50-yard line.
Bobby Nesbitt takes the role as the lead back again. Motion by Agnew. Nesbitt cuts it back on first down with a big hole up the middle, and he bursts out for 14.
Bobby Nesbitt on the carry.
Bobby Nesbitt continues to answer the call every time he's asked to do anything.
We talk about offensive linemen doing their jobs. Bobby Nesbitt just goes right into the gap. The heart of the defense slashing through.
And the blocking's been set up perfectly. That time Hayden Davis gets in on it, but the hole is huge for Nesbitt to run.
I mean, look at this. Bam.
You could drive the Kona Ice truck through that hole that's behind the press box here, Nate. The big boys from ALA getting it done up front. And now the two-back set of Nash Hall and Nesbitt. Nesbitt motions out. Hall gets the call, and he's brought down. Second effort, but he's not able to run out of the arms of Clark Smith.
See, that's called winning the line of scrimmage right there. We got several guys getting past their assignments. Everybody's just going to establish themselves right at the line of scrimmage.
Up-tempo, quick call from ALA. Nesbitt up the edge, and he's able to beat a couple of tackles inside the 20. The pace of ALA, tough to keep up with, and 2 players down for Red Mountain on the far sideline.
Guard Lyles makes the tackle.
Well, it's Kai Jackson for the second time tonight, the one player who stays down, but ALA just get back to the line so quick and cause confusion.
Oh, he looked like friendly fire there, leaving your feet.
Tough couple of series for Kai Jackson. As he goes down, he's helped up quickly back on his feet, but taking a beating tonight. Fighting for everything, and the Red Mountain defense has battled them back into this game, but now ALA working back through the run game and an opportunity in the red zone.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think Jackson, I mean, he ultimately runs into his own teammate, but it looks like it was kind of the face plant and the drag through the AstroTurf that may have caused the most damage.
ALA Queen Creek, ball in the 16.
Get a look at Kyle Enders getting his defense sorted out. Lysander Toto in and out of the field, having a chat with Enders.
Got RJ Lopez, the speedster, on the bottom of your screen.
Hall has the carry this time, breaks through. Ball's on the ground, and it's recovered by Derek Wilson immediately. The defense is breaking through for Red Mountain and turning this game on its head.
Holy cow, bend and don't break. That's been the saying the last couple drives for Red Mountain, especially their defense, and the defense gives them another opportunity.
Red Mountain first and 10.
That one just popped out.
It's crazy what you can do when you're in the game. Cole Edmonds, we saw him getting stretched out for a couple of minutes on the field, helmet off, limping back to the sideline, and he's the one who forces the fumble. Derek Wilson able to scoop it up, and with 33 seconds left in the third, we're shaping up to have a nice finish in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I want to go back to ball carrying basics. You want all points of contact, middle finger, wrist, elbow, and then you want it tightly to your chest. That time, Nash Hall did not have it tightly to his chest.
Pre-snap whistle, the handoff was looking to go to Lazzarini.
Legal procedure against Red Mountain.
And it backs things up on first down. King Robinson, unhappy, looking back to the sideline, seeing where the miscommunication is on the false start.
5-yard penalty. First and 15 from the 7.
I mean, so far, Red Mountain's been disciplined on penalties.
Back in the first quarter, when they lost some yardage due to a penalty, they looked for the hard count. We'll see if Joe does it this time. Well, they run the same play, but he keeps it this time around. Ooh. Something you haven't seen all night was Caleb Joe take off and carry the ball. That time he got ALA to bite with the option and kept it himself.
That was a good chunk gain. Do you think they're gonna run the clock out in the third quarter?
Looks like it with just 11 ticks left. We'll switch sides one last time. All knotted up, 21-all here at Jim Jones Field, the home opener for Red Mountain. We'll have the finish down the stretch on RMTV after the break.
21, Red Mountain 21.
It's shaping up to be a fantastic finish at Jim Jones Field as Red Mountain have clawed back thanks to a couple turnovers forced by the defense, 21 all, and they have possession. 2nd down and 4 from their own 18. And what a game we found ourselves into tonight. 2 big opening drives for both offenses, and the points went back and forth. 3rd quarter, a little bit slower, but things ramping back up. Joe looks to go with the old trickaroo underneath, and a flag flies in late.
Oh, hold on.
That was a dangerous handoff.
Well, that's Wang. Classic play.
We saw Talon Lamb get that one a lot last season.
Penalty marker down.
ALA sniffed that one out. It looks like the flag is moving forward, and that's big for Red Mountain. What was a 2nd down and 4, inside your own 20 at the 18, a personal foul comes and you get a big pickup.
Also at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, it's the pull down at the end there. The tackle made by Cade Rollins, and he's inside, fast pursuit. But Darius Grayson Courts just got ripped down by the face mask. Now we have Lazzarini in the backfield alongside Caleb Joe. Lazzarini has the give, cuts back, patient run, and out to the 35.
And now Lazzarini on the
Just
carry.
a good job by the offensive lineman getting up the field, moving that line of scrimmage with them.
Pick up on 3, 2nd and 7.
It's been a good job from the offensive line on both sides, and now the big boy package comes in. Peevler checks into the game. Jaden Wyndham steps to the sideline. Hard count, and Caleb Joe has a look for the 2nd time tonight, but no flag flies, able to get back on side. Back to the ground, and a nice cut by Lazzarini to the outside towards midfield. And a shoelace tackle made by Benjamin Harrison. But Lazzarini with a nice cut.
I mean, just way to bounce it to the outside. Abnel Lazzarini, underrated running game tonight. I mean, he's just going to take this and he's going to flip it to the outside. Ignore all that mess.
Red Mountain go up-tempo this time around and taking a page out of ALA's notebook. Joe to the air, Robinson on the near sideline, just shy of the 1st down. A gain of 9, and well, do we change the spot here? The officials give it to him, so a pickup of 10. And King Robinson has really stayed the course tonight. He's been frustrated on a couple of those illegal procedure, false start type penalties from Red Mountain. He had that out route that missed him early in the game, but staying the course and a big pickup there. Back to the ground, this time Grayson Courts has it. And it's all positive yardage from here on out. That time they go behind Josh Lee and Cole Beatty.
Yeah, Cole Beatty, he missed a lot of last year. Happy to have him back for his senior year.
I believe it was that lower body injury in the 1st game of the season for Beatty last year. 2nd down and 7, 10.5 left in the 4th. Big time check with me, Reedy giving signals alongside McDaniel on the sideline. Quick pass to the outside, able to be hauled in by Jay Williams, and he makes a move.
Oh, hold on.
Jay Williams stays alive and picks up the 1st down. Turning nothing into something.
That's a Red Mountain 1st down.
I mean, it looked like it was dead to rights. Just a great play to make something happen. Stumbling. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Patriots there. Nobody can tackle him. And then it finally takes a 7th to get him.
King Robinson never thought he was going to see him there. Robinson was making his block downfield, and he saw the play develop. First of all, the athletic catch made by Williams, and then 2 in pursuit from ALA that he was able to beat. The receiving core has really stayed true for Red Mountain throughout this game, where they were called upon early, then a heavy dose of the ground game, but now everybody making an impact. Arian Wyndham with the touchdown. King Robinson with a big reception on this drive, and now you see Jay Williams making plays. Back to the ground, Lazzarini slips a tackle, and Red Mountain continue to pound the rock.
Going to get that run game going once more.
And now Lazzarini brought down by Cade Rollins.
It's been very successful for Red Mountain.
The 23.
Make that successful for both teams.
Starts with that inside guard play, right? Lincoln Alicio getting things done from the center position, and you can get behind Josh Lee or Yosinise in that A gap or bounce it out wider. They go wide this time, and Lazzarini has to fight to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Lazzarini, the ball carrier. Cord Nennery makes the tackle.
Frantic substitution by ALA. Spencer Rice gets out onto the field.
I mean, if you look at this, ALA, this Patriot is going to follow the pull right here.
Never giving up on a play.
Press full screen.
Motion and a pass over the middle. There's the big tight end, Wyndham. Just when something goes backwards for Red Mountain, they make everything right. Jaden Wyndham, the sophomore, a pivotal part of this offense.
Seen him a lot of blocking. Very versatile. We were talking to Brian McDaniel before the game. Just a big dude, very versatile, only a sophomore.
Back to the ground, Lazzarini tries to stay patient, and he's brought down quickly by Bodie Coleman. And it's almost been a point where Red Mountain has turned in to tight end high, right? 2 years ago, you have Preston Heap getting great things done for the offense, and then Andrew Schmier is just dynamic last season, so integral to this offense, able to make big blocks, score big touchdowns, and he was a guy who wasn't limited to that short area field. He could get downfield in the seam.
Yeah, absolutely. The tight end position is the most underrated position in Red Mountain's offense.
We see Peevler as the up back blocking this time. Under center and play action. Joe looks to the end zone for Wyndham up top. Unable to come down with it, and back-to-back plays for Bodie Coleman.
Oof.
It was there, and the ball was located well.
Oh, yeah.
Intended for Wyndham. 3rd down and 10.
I mean, I expect him to throw him a lot of jump balls this season. 3rd and 10.
We'll see just how aggressive Brian McDaniel wants to get with the play call. Jackson Brooks set up at left tackle, someone to highlight here. Joe steps up in the pocket, fires a strike. That one felt like it floated for eternity. Just off of the one-handed attempt from Arian Wyndham. And well, it feels like destiny. Every game played between these two teams has come down to a field goal. An opportunity here for Red Mountain to take the lead by 3 with 7:22 left in the fourth.
Yeah, lift-legged kicker, Chase Pitzer. And you have to admit, this is not a chip shot.
Low snap, 30-yard attempt. He gets good wood on it, up and through. Pitzer able to execute, and Red Mountain up by 3 late in the fourth quarter, shaping up to be a fantastic finish on RMTV. I'll give you a direct quote from Kyle Enders when talking about his kicker, Chase Pitzer. Quote, "The dude's legit. He shows up here in a big spot, a lot of pressure on late in a game, and he gives Red Mountain the lead 24-21 with 7:18 left in the fourth quarter. And he now sets up to kick this one away and give ALA the ball back.
Yep, he is legit. He has a boot, and anybody or any kicker, who can kick a touchback is a bona fide stud.
Touchback, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20.
Has another one, and it gives ALA the field position of their own 20-yard line to start this drive. If you're ALA and you're looking at the offense, plenty of time on the clock still, obviously. Do you look to continue working it through the ground game, or do you put it in the arm of Britton DeWitt?
You know, that's a tricky question because Britton DeWitt has been very, very accurate, minus the one interception. Run game has been strong, but I think Red Mountain has the opportunity to stop it.
Health is wealth at this stage of the game. Red Mountain, a couple players banged up. Throw over the middle, and Nash Proctor brought down by Cole Edmonds immediately.
Defense pass complete to Nash Proctor, brought down by Cole Edmonds.
ALA back to the up-tempo look of the offense that DeWitt's so good at operating. Handoff this time to Nesbitt. Cuts it back inside, and James McGee makes the stop, and another couple of Red Mountain players collide on the tackle.
Pickup of 3, it's 3rd and 4 at the 26.
Good stop by Edmonds. 3rd down and 4 from the 26, and a flag flies. And DeWitt, for the second time tonight, successful with the hard count.
Penalty marker down, offsides, Red Mountain 5 yards.
That's a big first down for ALA to get. 3rd down and 4 turns into 1st and 10.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the second time that Red Mountain has jumped and it resulted in a first down.
Derek Wilson comes out of the game after colliding with Toto. Jackson White sets up in the secondary for Red Mountain. Pass into the second level and another first down. ALA driving down quickly.
At this stage of the game, you do not want to let up the deep one. That was a semi-deep one.
Gain of 14, 1st and 10 at the 45.
Looked like just a 10-yard hitch.
The biggest challenge is the pace that ALA are bringing. Jamison Wade with a big pop on that tackle. But ALA are forcing the initiative. Elijah Gallagher came in for Chayton Jennings, steps out of the game now, and Jennings returns with a quick substitution. Kyle Enders calls Jennings the quarterback of the secondary for the defense, barking out commands to Tyreek Cornett, Jackson White, getting everyone set up for this attempt. A screen to Nesbitt down low. Plenty of room to work with for Nesbitt down the sideline. And ALA are dicing up the defense.
Tell you what, if you're on the front line, defensive-wise, if everybody has a clear shot to the quarterback, you've been scammed. You've been deceived, lied.
Timeout taken here by Kyle Enders to kind of slow things down. And I agree with you 100% there. That's the screen setup, and it just works perfectly.
I mean, everybody except one guy from the Patriots offense stays and blocks.
Just a couple minutes gone in this drive, a 3-point lead that Red Mountain are clinging on to with 5:22 left in the fourth. And the composure that Britton DeWitt has as a senior taking the reins and leading this offense. He took over in week 8. His first game was against Highland last season. And, well, he did good things with them all the way through their open bracket loss to Basha, where he threw for 377 and 5. And that one was an instant classic.
3-7, wow.
I mean, it was a game that could have gone either way. ALA ultimately lost 40-35. But from that Highland game on, it was really just a change for the ALA offense. And it just shows how dynamic he can be with his arm and playing off of that run game, and you get the return with Bobby Nesbitt as well.
Well, I mean, it all starts with the offensive line. First of all, they've been protecting him pretty well. Clean pocket. He's got all the time.
Nash Hall in it, running back, and the snap is loose. DeWitt able to handle it and just throw it away.
Ooh.
A nightmare scenario for ALA.
Throws it away, incomplete. Second down.
Everyone breathe a sigh of relief. The ALA Queen Creek, they had one fumble earlier in the game coming from Nash Hall. And one coming at this late in the game. Definitely not ideal.
Scary scenario, but it goes back to the composure of DeWitt. Smart play to just throw it away and reset. Second down and 10. Hall motions out wide. DeWitt fakes the screen and a quarterback draw. Cole Edmonds reads it quite nicely. The running lane was there, and a pickup of 8 makes it third down and 2.
No huddle time.
Edmonds shows pressure and a check with me game for DeWitt. Play action to Hall over
Beautiful.
the middle and a touchdown. Nash Proctor with the answer. And with 4:44 left in the fourth, ALA take the lead. And for the third time tonight, number 3 finds the painted area. The flag is down.
This could be pretty big.
Personal foul, roughing the passer
Proctor
against
just
Red
beats
Mountain.
Jackson White, and nothing called by the officials. Thought we may have seen
22-yard
something with
touchdown.
the
The penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
unsportsmanlike, and we do. So penalty assessed on the kickoff. Extra point pending, and it's a big one. Extends the lead to 4 if it's successful.
Holman for the extra point.
Arrieta with the hold. Holman boots it up and through.
Extra point is good.
And a 4-point lead for ALA coming down the stretch. And what a drive by them to be able to get that done, Nate.
Yeah, absolutely. And they leave Red Mountain with 4:44 on the clock. And you know, this is going to be their first test of the season.
Still a pair of timeouts for Red Mountain. And an opportunity to throw the last punch at home in the final round. Everything got to get sorted out in this stage of the game. I know you still have 2 timeouts if you are Red Mountain. Still plenty of clock if anything does happen and they're able to punch it in the end zone for ALA to be able to respond. And they hold on to all 3 timeouts. Both teams looking for their first win in the state of Arizona as Red Mountain pick up their first out in Vegas. And it all starts here with special teams, and we'll see if Tyreek Cornett has another opportunity at a return.
Patriots will kick off from the Red Mountain 45.
Well, with the unsportsmanlike, I don't know if he'll be able to take one because the kickoff coming from the Red Mountain 45, this one probably punched through the end zone. See if any trickery comes from ALA here, and this one just booted through the end zone, touchback, and Red Mountain will take over at the 20-yard line with 4:44 to go. And we'll see what Brian McDaniel draws up.
This is where Caleb Joe really hasn't faced a situation like this yet. They do have about 5 minutes to work with.
He's been really successful tonight. Stayed perfect into the turnover department, and he's able to get this offense ready and rolling again. Late in the fourth, and everything has led to this. Wyndham has one to beat, and he's able to do so in the wide receiver screen set up and a gain of 3.
Caleb Joe's pass complete to Arian Wyndham. Tackle by Caden Arietta.
Rex Curtis comes all the way out to be in on the stop.
2nd and 7.
And Red Mountain really just getting the ball into their athletes' hands.
Got trips to the strength side.
Pressure comes in the setup screen from Red Mountain underneath. Lazzarini has a burst of speed. Lazzarini shows his wheels all the way down inside the 20 at the 15-yard line. And you talked about it from the Red Mountain defensive side. When you have a free run into the backfield, it means something is wrong. This time ALA get it, they don't read it, and Lazzarini with the running back screen takes it deep into the red zone.
I mean, there's just a huge void when Lazzarini gets this ball. Everybody goes to Caleb Joe, and look at this, void. Just a big, big void.
Red Mountain get to the line quick, and they go to the ground. Lazzarini still has enough energy and breath to take the next carry, and a pickup of 8. Well, pickup of 8 for number 8, and he's been an absolute stud tonight on the offense for Red Mountain.
56, Rex Curtis. 8 of 8 is 2nd and 2, ball on the 7.
Now you see Red Mountain going in that trips bunch formation. That makes man defense a lot more difficult, and then they're going to spread it out a little bit.
Peevler comes in close to the line. Lazzarini gets it again, trying to do everything, and he's met by Caden Arietta up front.
Yeah, but he got the first down, though.
That's huge. 1st and goal to go from the 5-yard line, and a hard-nosed run sets things up for Red Mountain.
Now they're going to send all the big bodies out.
Jamison Wade back into the game. Jaden Wyndham steps in. And your starting receiving core of Jay Williams, King Robinson, and Arian Wyndham all head back to the sideline.
They sent Deuce Latui out there, too.
A battle won in the trenches, and now we get some fun. The Zay Savoy type Wildcat look from a couple of years ago for Red Mountain. And Josh Lee comes in with a little bit of an assist at the end of that play as Kai Jackson gets a carry.
Nash Calhoun and Cade Rollins on the tackle. 8 of 2, 2nd and goal at the 3.
I mean, it's just a wall of mass.
So many tricks up the sleeve of Brian McDaniel when you get into the red zone territory. Caleb Joe back in the gun. 10 seconds left on the play clock, 1:40 left. No timeouts taken by ALA just yet. They have all 3. So Red Mountain elect to take the first timeout, but that's a big story time. I know plenty of time, especially with 3 timeouts left for ALA Queen Creek. But Red Mountain have done a really nice job bleeding this clock down as much as they can. They got it to goal to go, so they know they have 4 chances to punch this guy in here. And they're trying to bleed every second that they can.
Yeah, leave ALA Queen Creek with the least amount of time possible.
I don't want to get too far ahead of my skis here, but let's say that Red Mountain punch it in, right? That makes the scoreline 30-28, so you're up by 2. Do you go for 2? I think in that situation I do, because then rather than ALA just having to get down inside, the 25-30-yard line for attempt at a field goal to tie the game and push it to overtime, you force them to score a touchdown. But they can win the game with a field goal.
Now, let me go back to something that you said at the very start of the game. There's a reason why we are in the booth and not on the field.
Following the timeout,
I don't want to be forced to make that decision, because the history of these 2 teams, field goals, have won each of the past 2 meetings, and they split the series 1-1. Back into the action now, Joe under center. Handoff, Jackson met immediately.
We're down to the 2.
And now comes the timeout from the side of Rich Edwards. He doesn't want to let any more clock bleed down. And Red Mountain have 2 chances to punch this in.
Gain of a yard to the 2. Timeout on the field.
This is what we live for, Nate.
Yeah.
You wait all season, and off season rather, in anticipation to have these moments in Friday night. 2 of the best teams in the state of Arizona going nose to nose against one another, and it's going to be decided by 1 score.
You know, these are moments that not only as a fan, but as a player, as a coach, these are situations that you dream about. You know, whether you're on offense or on defense, you're trying to make the stop to win the game, or offense, you want to be the last person to get the touchdown and win yourself the game. Ultimately, these are moments that, as children and even as adults, that we dream of.
And this is clearly one that both teams want, but for ALA, the schedule doesn't get any easier. Your next 2 opponents are Chandler and Liberty. Couple of the best.
Both of which dogfights. Red Mountain, pardon. They got O'Connor, and then they got South Point Catholic coming to town.
Red Mountain back to the ground here. Jackson spits forward, and he beats the line to gain into the end zone. Red Mountain with the lead. 1:27 left in the 4th. And we talked about the decision. Well, we'll see everything come to light, and it looks like the extra point unit comes back out onto the field. Chase Pitzer sets up to give a 3-point lead, and Kai Jackson, what a job punching this in behind some great blocking.
I mean, he's just going to lay his shoulder down. North-south, punching it in.
Good snap, good hold, and Pitzer spits it through, and Red Mountain have a 3-point lead. 1:26 seconds left. ALA have 2 timeouts. They need the field goal to tie, or they can go for it all with the win. Red Mountain seemingly have a flair for the dramatic, right? A couple of years ago, you get to the 6A title game against Saguaro with a Wildcat 2-point conversion from Zay Savoy. And now, a big finish here against ALA Queen Creek in the 2nd week of the season.
The script writers surely went crazy for this one. Okay, what are the odds that the first 3 meetings of these teams are probably going to come down to a field goal?
It's an out-of-region rivalry, to say the least. A big spot for Pitzer now. You know, he's put it through the end zone and created the touchbacks to give the ball to ALA at the 20. The big boot will be relied upon again. Does he get enough? That time, it stays short. The foot goes into the end zone, but the kick is through and close to the same thing. So some time comes off the clock. They beat the 20-yard line. Close to a touchback, but that time the run out for ALA. And that's good awareness from the special teams unit of Red Mountain, because you get complacent time and time again when your place kicker, touchback, 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 touchback. You have to be aware and go make a tackle.
22-yard return. Patriots 1st and 10 at the 23.
Yeah, definitely from that kind of standpoint, kind of a losing situation for ALA Queen Creek. You lose precious time.
Red Mountain's defense have given up a couple big plays tonight, but they've also come up massive with some turnovers. DeWitt over the middle, batted in the air, and he
caught his own pass.
He goes down wisely, and Cole Edmonds forces him to slide. Could have been disastrous, but DeWitt keeps it alive.
I don't know if you catch that, though.
Clock continues to run up-tempo here. Under a minute now in the 4th quarter. DeWitt with a little comeback to the outside, and it's a quick 3rd down as RJ Lopez can't bring the catch in. 52 seconds left, and the 3rd down boys come in for Red Mountain. You see Josh Lee, and you see Yosinise.
Threw it off the back of his left tackle, and he head topped Rocky Granillo.
Well, you like to see that high point from your receivers, but you don't want your quarterback making a high point catch off of a deflection. Low snap this time. DeWitt handles it and almost intercepted. The game could have been over at the hands of Jamison Wade.
Somebody get him some receiver gloves.
Jamison Wade had an opportunity to ice this game. All of Jim Jones Field on their feet. And as previously mentioned, this Red Mountain team has a flair for the dramatic. A huge game early on in the season all comes down to this, 4th and 16. DeWitt
Guard the sticks.
looks down the field, tries to escape an east, goes for it, able to connect with his target all evening. Nash Proctor has been huge and picks up the first down.
Unbelievable.
Hold
throw.
on. Flag down at the 20 and the officials will converge.
Wait. We talking an illegal forward pass? Ineligible man downfield?
Kyle Enders meeting with his defense while the flag is going. And the officials are pointing towards the side of ALA. We'll see what happens here and what the official call is. I think you might be right with the illegal forward pass there, Nate. So the Red Mountain defense stays on the field, hyping up the crowd.
So line of scrimmage is going to be at the 15. Oh, I don't know. Well, no, here's the thing. It could either be illegal forward pass or an ineligible man downfield. They have the same signal.
Regardless, a penalty bails out a big Nash Proctor gain, and now it's 4th down and 21. Time doesn't matter at this point if a stop is made by Red Mountain.
Coverage rise, just play limp. Everybody go back.
Prevent defense setup. You don't want anything past the sticks, and you don't want to allow any yards after the catch. Converge on the tackle. Timeout taken by ALA as they spend another one. Tyreek Cornett comes hopping into the sideline, getting the crowd pumped up. Everybody on their feet, and what a huge moment for this team.
Adrenaline is high. The blood is pumping. Everybody on their feet.
It really comes down to instilling culture, and that's something that Red Mountain pride themselves upon. Back to a couple of years ago when I took over from Derryberry in the booth here, it was something where this team made that run to the 6A state championship. Nobody believed in them. They had an incredible season. Then they make it to the playoffs as a high seed, get knocked out by Centennial last season. Everybody counts this Red Mountain team out, especially against an open bracket caliber team like ALA. Fate is in their hands at this stage of the game.
And that's what Red Mountain is all about, man. We're sick and tired of getting overlooked by these teams. All the talking heads are leaving out Red Mountain in the paper. They have a chance to shock everybody.
Britton DeWitt tries to make magic happen to keep this drive alive. Pressure comes from Red Mountain over the middle. Proctor has it. Tackle needs to be made short of the sticks. He gets wide.
Wow.
And he has enough for the first down. No one able to close in, and there's still 30 seconds on the clock.
Oh, man. I mean, it's like straight out of them by that much.
Britton DeWitt got it out just in the nick of time. Pressure came in, and all of the secondary for Red Mountain focused on defending the sticks. It was all in the yak from Nash Proctor.
I mean, I was expecting like a pitch or something, but Nash Proctor getting it done with his legs.
30 seconds left over the middle, incomplete. So here's the story now. ALA only have one timeout remaining. They have to spend it most likely to set up a field goal if they get to that situation. 25 seconds left. You need a first down to stop the clock before the chains reset, or you have to work the boundaries if you're ALA. They made magic happen on the 4th down and forever, but still a ways to go to get into field goal range for Hayden Holman. Incomplete again. That time Nesbitt just didn't look back. Another 3rd down and 10 upcoming.
Oh, Nesbitt wasn't looking at that, but I gotta say, had he caught that, Kai Jackson was going for the kill shot. I mean, he was running full speed, 0 to 60. It would have been a big, big hit.
3rd down and 10.
3rd down and 10, and when the pressure has been the highest, ALA has been able to succeed up to this point. 22.6 left. They hand off to Nesbitt, keep it on the ground, and it's something that Red Mountain wasn't ready for. He's forced out of bounds at around the 44. And Rich Edwards and company just keep drawing up the perfect play call when they need it most.
21, 1st and 10.
I mean, yeah, like you said, it was a play that Red Mountain did not expect. And that guy has been nothing but special this entire game.
Nesbitt gets it again, forced out of bounds after a gain of 1. 13 seconds left. So here's the story at this point. I'm not sure ALA are looking for the tie anymore. Where they've set themselves up around midfield, Britton DeWitt has a cannon, plenty to get it into the end zone. We could be looking at a Hail Mary finish on the deep shot. 13.1 seconds left and a 3-point lead for Red Mountain in their home opener.
And we've already established that he has a cannon. He's got enough to get it down there.
Maybe just one more short area target to get that much closer. DeWitt goes for the deep shot on this play here. Incomplete. It was there the whole time, and Agnew unable to come down with the catch.
Unreal.
Agnew had the game in his hands.
I mean, this is just in a perfect spot. Agnew has his guy beat. I mean, a little congestion between him and the sideline. Holy cow, Stetson Agnew.
2 downs left for ALA where the sticks are right now. 3rd and 9 from the 44. 7.8 seconds left on the clock on the scoreboard here at the stadium. Could be enough time for a quick out, and Red Mountain take a timeout to slow things down. This is a time when Kyle Enders needs to go over every scenario with his team because, number 1, ALA could just go for the end zone right here with the Hail Mary or look for a deep shot. Number 2, a quick out route to the boundaries to slow things down. Number 3, we saw them hand it off to Nesbitt earlier on. They still have a timeout remaining.
Yeah, or I'm going to go with the 4th option. You have an inside breaking route, you throw it, and then you call timeout, maybe go down immediately so you can call that timeout. There's just so many possibilities.
Off of that inside option route, the hook and ladder is still there too if you want to get really crazy. So Kyle Enders has to go over every case scenario on defense because the playbook is open for ALA. We get an exciting start to the season, and just the way things go here at Jim Jones Field, I don't think it's slowing down. Both teams break the huddle and are prepared for everything. We'll see what the ultimate call is from ALA.
Yeah, and before the game, we talked to Rich Edwards. Head coach Rich Edwards shut everything out. Crowd noise isn't going to be a factor. Well, now it's going to be.
They go with the handoff to Nesbitt. Tackle made right around the 30-yard line with 2.8 seconds left. The timeout goes.
Holy cow.
So now you've created a couple more options. 47-yard field goal, or you take a shot at the end zone. Hayden Holman would have to have the kick of his life to be able to put this one through the uprights.
On the play, it'll be 1st and 10.
Yeah, they send 3 guys. 2 of the backers go out. Slice and dice, Bobby Nesbitt.
Everything has to get ironed out. All of the details. Max Hall getting with his group making sure the offense is in check and the play call is just perfect for ALA. On the side of the defense for Red Mountain, we know that that's Kyle Ender's baby. He loves that, taking care of everything, going over all of the options with the players that he believes in. They send out Hayden Holman to attempt the kick. It's going to be a 48-yard attempt from Holman. These teams have played 2 games against each other in back-to-back seasons. Both of them have come down to a field goal for the win. This one with the opportunity to send it to overtime. Holman from 48. Good snap. Good hold. No good. Blocked. It's blocked. Red Mountain get away with it. Cole Edmonds seals the deal.
Good night. Ding dong. We're going to Dutch Brothers, baby. Red Mountain does it again. Cole Edmonds saves the game from the outside. And Red Mountain's got an Arizona dub.
I will go out a limb and say it's the best game and best finish you will see in the state of Arizona tonight. Red Mountain, underdogs going into this one, pull off the upset against an open bracket team in ALA Queen Creek and hand them their second loss of the season. Resilience, the story of the game for Red Mountain.
And I'll tell you what, that's a freezing cold take right there. That's one of the best finishes I have seen in this booth, and I've seen a lot of crazy ones.
Everybody got it done and battled out. The offense, we go back to the Arian Wyndham huge drive with the big reception, finishing it off with the touchdown, and then the Philly special back to Caleb Joe. Then ALA answered, they hold the lead. Red Mountain do not give up. It's gigantic defensive stops from Josh Lee to force a turnover on downs, and then a couple of turnovers created throughout the game with a fumble. And this was just a phenomenal game all around. Red Mountain able to get it done. Let's run into our highlight package and take a look on just how everything broke down. We got everything. Offense, defense, special teams, big game.
Yeah, your most ideal football game is this football game right here. We got everything. Offense, defense, special teams, you name it. Big plays from Tyreek Cornett, the interception, the big touchdown run, or the big interception, big return. And then switching to the offensive side, great play call. Great play calls from the offense and defense. They stepped up big.
And it's just great to see everybody involved on this squad. You have Lazzarini playing the running back game of the season up to this point for Red Mountain through the passing game. This one was wild. What a crazy finish. We send it down to Rome Cady standing by with Kyle Enders to talk through this one. Getting some things sorted down on the sideline with the audio from Rome Cady. We'll have him back with the interview with Coach Enders here in just a second. But I got to believe that the heart is racing down there on the field. And just what a finish that you get out of your team. I think that we may have things sorted down now. Let's hear what Coach Enders has to say about this one. So a little bit of technical difficulty from our end, but I can only imagine what the reaction is. Do we want to each up here in the booth try our impersonation of Kyle Enders, and I'll let you go first?
Yeah, man, they just really battled out today. You know, defense really stepped up in a big spot. Offense stepped up in a big spot. Special teams, they stepped up when it mattered the most. And ultimately, our guys were really ready for the occasion in beating ALA Queen Creek. But now we got some work to do in the film room, and on to next week.
That's pretty good right there, Nate. I think that the voice might be a little more dead with all the yelling and screaming because early in the season, the vocal cords may not be warmed up. So I think it could be a little bit lower, that kind of raspy whisper. But I think everything is nails on for what you said there. Both of these teams threw punches back and forth. We see a fantastic performance from Nash Proctor in this one, pulling out all the stops. In the aerial game for ALA, a couple of touchdowns to his name. Bobby Nesbitt got it done. But just the response from Red Mountain, they came out, returned the kick for this game. They got the ball first and put together a 7-minute and 55-second drive to score first. ALA respond, and then from that point, it's back and forth.
Yeah, Red Mountain faced this thing called adversity today, something they didn't face when they played Desert Pines in Nevada, and adversity makes good teams, and what we saw out of Red Mountain today makes great teams.
They spread the wealth offensively as well. You see King Robinson, Jay Williams, Arian Wyndham, Jaden Wyndham, and even Kai Jackson get involved on the offensive side of the ball to punch in the game-winning touchdown. When we go from the offensive side of the ball, just dynamic. Caleb Joe played his heart out this game as a junior quarterbacking this squad.
Yeah, like I said earlier in the game, he has the keys to the Ferrari, and he's driving it pretty well. And overall, this offense is in great hands.
It's what we say about the defense time and time again, bend but don't break. Red Mountain faced everything that ALA could throw at them, and there were times where they got pushed, their back against the wall. But the front seven continued to fight. That line, Jamison Wade, Cole Edmonds in the middle, and the secondary stepped up big, and the depth pieces in the secondary, as they faced so many injuries, guys came in and took over.
Yeah, and what's great is that the next day is going to be a rest day. You know, they get breakfast, they get a little stretching done, and then they're back in the film room, and then Monday, the next opponent is up.
A 31-28 fantastic finish here for Red Mountain to get the victory at home over ALA, stay undefeated on the season. We got to go players of the game here, Nate. I will let you have the first call.
Okay, so this is going to be interesting because my player is going to come from the losing team, and I'm going to go with Bobby Nesbitt. Bobby Nesbitt was single-handedly Not really single-handedly, but he was ALA Queen Creek's offense, and he was just pounding the rock in all directions, outside, inside, catching the rock. He was their offense tonight. Unfortunately, it's a team sport. They couldn't get it done, but Bobby Nesbitt is my MVP.
So many players on the offensive side of Red Mountain in consideration here. Jaden Wyndham, big touchdown, the tight end as a sophomore, going to be huge for this team. Caleb Joe played incredible. Abnil Lazzarini ran the ball, some of the best that I've ever seen at Red Mountain when he needed it most, and also worked in the receiving game. But there's one player not on the offensive side of the ball who battled through adversity. He fought injury throughout this game. He was the one that was able to stop Bobby Nesbitt time and time again with big tackles, and he sealed the game by blocking a field goal. Cole Edmonds is the player of the game in my eyes for Red Mountain. They got it done defensively and in special teams. A fantastic finish. We are on the road at O'Connor next week for Rome Cady and Nate Smith. A beautiful finish here at Jim Jones Field. A 31-28 victory for Red Mountain to stay 2-0 on the season. We will see you next week.